It's time for Arkansas Travelers Baseball. Brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. Now, let's head to the ballpark for the ITT Tech pregame show. Here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Phil Elson.
We're pretty sure we'll be able to get this ball game in. We also had the threat of thunderstorms yesterday, but only a delay of 20 minutes. Turned out to be an interesting game. 9 runs scored by the two teams, all but one of them coming on homers. The Wranglers hitting 4 homers yesterday, and the final one coming in the 10th. Donnie Murphy breaking a 4-4 tie with his second home run of this series. Jason Espito had sent the game into extra innings by hitting the first pitch from Leo Nunez at the start of the 9th over the Mills Freeway. And although the Travelers were able to tie the game in the 9th on the Espito home run, the bullpen unable to keep it scoreless, a tie game in the 10th, and the Travs went down in the bottom of the 10th, losing for the second time in this series. So Wichita and the Travs in this 5th game, the winner takes 3 of 5 in what has proven to be a pretty important series for both teams. Travelers started today 4 games out at first place behind Springfield, and Wichita is 7 games out. But the Cardinals eked out a 1-run victory over Tulsa in the afternoon, 5-4. And so Springfield is 13-6, is now 4.5 games in front of the Travelers, with Wichita now 7.5 games out. Today is the final game of the opening homestand of the 2006 season. It has not been a very successful campaign for the Travs here at home. After opening the season with 6 wins on a 9-game road trip, the Travs have dropped 7 of the first 9 games in this homestand, and so certainly it's important to pull out of Little Rock on your way to San Antonio tonight with a win. Phil Elson with you on the broadcast today, and thanks for tuning in to the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. We'll give the starting pitchers and the starting lineups in a few segments, but for right now, we'll take a break. We'll return with last night's Texas League box scores, the standings, and the update on the game in Springfield earlier today here on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Ashbury, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Welcome back to the ITT Tech pregame show here on Little Rock ESPN 1380. Phil Elson with you as the Arkansas Travelers get set to battle the Wichita Wranglers, finishing this 5-game set. And then right after the game, the Travs will be heading to San Antonio to start a 4-game series with the Missions, and then out to Corpus Christi for 3. So a 7-game road trip coming up now for the Travelers. And back in town next Thursday to start a series against the same San Antonio Missions. Checking the Texas League box scores from yesterday, the Springfield Cardinals defeated Tulsa 8-5 in a game that was shortened because of rain. They played 5.5 innings, but they hit 6 home runs in those 5 innings. Springfield getting 2 homers from Reed Gurecki, who now leads the league with 8 on the year, and Cody Harther knocked his third. 3 homers by the Drillers, including one by their starting pitcher, Mark Kaiser, becoming the second Driller pitcher to hit a home run this year, along with Emmanuel Ulloa. Matt McCree and Seth Smith also went deep for the Drillers, who took that tough loss, and that dropped them into second place, one game in back of the Cardinals. And then today, in the afternoon, the Tulsa Drillers lost again to Springfield by a 5-4 score. Ian Stewart hit a home run for the Drillers, his second, but Mike Parisi continues to impress, picking up his second win. Gentry Beckstead was the losing pitcher, and Mark Burrell held on to it for his fourth save in the ninth. So Springfield is now 2 games in first place ahead of Tulsa. The Cardinals 13-6. The Drillers are 11-8. Last night in the South Division, San Antonio snapped their 9-game losing streak with a 7-5 win over the Midland Rockhounds. Michael Garcia-Parra and Matt Clement each with decent games. Garcia-Parra, who is the brother of Nomar Garcia-Parra, and finished with 3 RBIs. He had a triple, and Clement, who's a catching prospect for the Mariners, 2 for 4, including his first home run of the season. Over in Frisco yesterday, Corpus Christi continued to play well, winning for the 7th time in 10 games. An 8-5 decision at the Rough Riders. J.R. House, who might be the hottest hitter in all of minor league baseball for the time being, the cleanup batter and first baseman for Corpus Christi, finished 2 for 5 with his 3rd home run of the year. He knocked in 4, and now House has hit in all 18 games that he has played in over the course of the month of April. So Corpus Christi with the best record in the South at 11-7. They're 1 game in front of 10-8 Midland. Frisco in 3rd place at 8 wins and 9 losses. In San Antonio, the upcoming opponent for the Travelers, pulling up the rear in the South, 6-11. In the North, Springfield 13-6, 2 games ahead of 11-8 Tulsa. The Travs in 3rd place, 8 wins, 10 losses. Wichita is 5-13 and pulling up the rear. We got one other game in progress right now in the Texas League, and that is at Midland, where the Rockhounds are closing out the series with San Antonio. Nothing score in the bottom of the first, and they're starting to warm up their game at Frisco. Corpus Christi and the Rough Riders also finishing that series. Now for a little bit of news from around the Angels organization, brought to you by Ag Pro of Central Arkansas, located in Pine Bluff, Maumelle, Stuttgart, in England. Yesterday, the Angels 2-1 losers to the 3-0 winners over the Detroit Tigers yesterday. Irvin Santana struck out 10 batters over 6 shutout innings, allowing only 5 base hits. His second win of the year lowered his ERA to 2.96. Brendan Donnelly, Scott Shields, and Frankie Rodriguez, each with a scoreless inning of relief work. Rodriguez struck out the side in the 9th, locking on to his 8th save of the year. Other former Travs in that game, Sean Figgins 1 for 2 with a couple of walks and scored a run. Casey Kochman was a defensive replacement for starter Rob Quinlan at first base. Quinlan finished 0 for 3 with a strikeout, and Adam Kennedy was 0 for 3 yesterday. So the win puts the Angels with a record of 11-9, 1 game in front of Texas going into today's game. Angels will look for their 4th win in a row. They're hosting the Tigers once again tonight at Angel Stadium. Jeremy Bonderman of the Tigers against Hector Carrasco of the Angels. Carrasco filling in for Bartolo Colon on the disabled list for the time being. And we'll keep you updated on the game in Anaheim. It'll start at 9:05 Central Time. We'll be looking for the names Reggie Willits and Howie Kendrick, 2 of last year's Travs who've been called up over the last few days, still waiting to get that first at-bat in the major leagues. Across the farm system of the Angels, Salt Lake was a 7-6 winner yesterday over Portland. Kendry Morales with his second home run of the year. Nick Gorneau hit his 4th, and Dallas McPherson, who started to come on, cracked his 3rd home run in the 10th inning to give Salt Lake the win. And McPherson also had a couple of doubles. So after starting out pretty poorly, McPherson finished 3 for 4 yesterday, raising his average up to 246. Tommy Murphy, by the way, is hitting 344. He was 2 for 5 yesterday. Jared Weaver started, did not get a decision, gave up 5 runs in 5 innings. Jonathan Rowenhurst did pitch to the final batter, locking onto his first save of the year. Rancho Cucamonga yesterday, 4-2 winners over the Lake Elsinore Storm. Joe Torres getting the win in relief, striking out 3 in 2 innings. The Quakes with 10 base hits, Cody Fuller and Mike Collins each with 2 of them. Fuller also scored a pair of runs. Cedar Rapids was a loser yesterday at Southwest Michigan by a 4-2 final score. Kelly Shearer took the loss, gave up 4 runs in 6 innings, but that was too bad a loss for Cedar Rapids. That's your news from around the Angels organization, brought to you by Ag Pro of Central Arkansas, located in Pine Bluff, Maumelle, Stuttgart, in England. AgPro is proud to feature outstanding John Deere products. In fact, you can sign up for a demo of some of John Deere's best equipment at AgPro's website, which is www.agprocompanies.com. As we mentioned, it is overcast at Ray Winder Field today, but we should have no problem getting this ball game in. There has been the chance of thunderstorms all day long. There hasn't been a single drop of rain on the field all day, and maybe we're asking for a little too much there, but we should be able to play baseball today. And if you're at the ballpark, thanks for coming out. If you're planning on coming out, don't worry, we're playing ball. And if you can't come out to the ballpark, well, just sit back and relax. We'll bring it on to you right here on Little Rock ESPN 1380. Coming up next on the ITT Tech pregame show, a glance around the majors on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. It's Traveler Baseball on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better because two great companies have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most, yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SPC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with voice services, digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and singular wireless. Learn more at thenewatt.com. Introducing the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories. Hey, nobody said quitting smoking was easy, but others have done it, and you can too, with help from the SOS Quit line, 1-866-NOW-QUIT. They'll give you the help you need to kick the tobacco habit. It's free, and it's free of nagging and preaching too. So call 1-866-NOW-QUIT and get the help you need. What have you got to lose, besides the most dangerous habit you've ever had? 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Call now. KDXE, North Little Rock.
Welcome back to the ITT Tech pregame show. I'm Phil Elson, and thanks for tuning in. The Wichita Wranglers and your Arkansas Travelers girding up for battle here on a overcast Tuesday night. We'll get to the starting lineups in the next segment. Right now, a look at the Southwest Airlines Major League scoreboard, beginning in the senior circuit, where we have 2 games currently in progress. Cincinnati got 4 runs in the top of the first against the Nationals, and the Reds leading at DC 4-2. There in the top of the third, Ryan Zimmerman hit his second home run of the season. Colorado, a 4-1 leader at Philadelphia at the end of 3. Clint Barmas hit his second home run. In the American League, it's Boston tied with Cleveland 2-2 in the top of the third. Bender started his second homer. The New York Yankees 3 and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays 1 in the bottom of the third. Johnny Gomes hit his 10th home run for the Devil Rays, and Derek Jeter hit number 3. Baltimore and Toronto tied 1-1. They're in the middle of the fourth. Miguel Tejada hit his 5th home run of the season. Well, we're about to have the Star Spangled Banner performed, so we'll take a break. We'll come back with those starting lineups from Ray Winder Field on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Apollo 13. Great films known for their award-winning special effects. To create the magic, Hollywood hires companies like Industrial Light and Magic. Industrial Light and Magic hires imaginative people like Aaron Fowl. Before he was a master of special effects, he was a media communications student at Webster University in St. Louis, where his talent took off. Today, he inspires the imagination at DreamWorks FKG. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard credit card. Cash back, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For a limited time, we'll give you 1,000 rewards points, and you'll get a low 2.9% annual percentage rate on qualifying purchases. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at afcu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Raywinder Field in Little Rock. Phil Elson with you on the ITT Tech pregame show. Travs and the Wranglers getting set for final battle of this 5-game series. And a reminder that earnings potential can increase with higher education. You can chart a new career path today with the help of an ITT Technical Institute program of study. To find out more, just go online to www.itt-tech.edu. Well, the Travs have gathered in the first base dugout, waiting for starting pitcher Chris Hunter to complete his warm-up. Juan Cedeno of the Wichita Wranglers getting his left arm ready down the left field line. We'll get to the starting lineups here, beginning with the AA affiliate of the Kansas City Royals, Frank White's Wichita Wranglers, a record of 5 wins and 13 losses. Starting off with Ángel Sánchez in the leadoff spot, playing shortstop. Batting second and playing second base will be Donnie Murphy. Alex Gordon, the 3-hole hitter, at third base today for Wichita. Cleaning up and playing left field is Billy Butler. Butler with 3 homers during this series. Mitch Maier batting fifth. Maier will be in right field. Kila Ka'aihue in the 6th spot is playing first base. The Wichita designated hitter bats 7th. Juan Tenrizo. Chris Lebansky hitting 8th is in center field. And Matt Tupman bats 9th. Tupman is the starting catcher. Tupman, by the way, hitting a cool .400 over the last 2 seasons against Traveler pitching. Again, that starting 9 for the Travs: Sanchez, Murphy, Gordon, Butler, Maier, Ka'aihue, Tenrizo, Lebansky, and Tupman. The Arkansas Travelers are the AA affiliate of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and managed by Tyrone Boykin. 8 wins and 10 losses this year. Travs do lead the series this season against Wichita 6-3. Leading off for the Travs is center fielder Dwayne Bacon. Batting second and playing at second base is Eric Rodland. Brandon Wood, the shortstop, batting third with Matt Brown cleaning up, and Brown playing third base. Batting in the 5-hole, designated hitter Mike Elward. Elward 7 for 15 with 7 RBIs in this series. David Gates is batting sixth. He'll be in left field. Greg Porter in the 7th spot. He'll be at first base. Brent Del Chiaro, today's starting catcher, is the 8-hitter. And batting ninth, playing right field, Jason Espedo. The starting 9 for the Travs again: Bacon, Rodland, Wood, Brown, Elward, Gates, Porter, Del Chiaro, and Espedo. Starting pitching matchup today: Juan Cedeno for the Wranglers, a left-hander, versus Travelers righty Chris Hunter. Cedeno making his 4th appearance of the year. No wins, 1 loss, and a 5.02 ERA. Cedeno's loss came in the hands of Hunter and the Travs on April 15th. Travs beat him 5-4. Greg Porter took him deep. Bobby Wilson 2 for 3 against him. Dwayne Bacon had a double. Brandon Wood also had a double. Cedeno gave up 5 runs in 4 1/3 innings in that game. But last time out, Cedeno settled down, allowing just 2 hits and 1 run in 6 innings against Springfield, though he did walk 5 batters. Taking the hill today for the Travelers is Chris Hunter. Hunter is the last Travelers starting pitcher to win a game this year. On April the 15th, against these Wranglers, Hunter picked up his only victory of the season. He's record 1-1 with a 7.47 earned run average. Your umpire crew for today's game is coming just for this game only. Stanley Rosen behind the plate. Fred the Dorfman over at third. And Arnold Babar with only 1B over at first base. Coming up next, after these words, we'll have the first pitch. The Arkansas Travelers battling the Wichita Wranglers, wrapping up a 5-game set and the opening homestand in the final season of Raywinder Field. This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
In sports, a cheer can be a great way to get your team pumped up. Here at FedEx, we want you to be pumped up about shipping with FedEx Ground. So we thought we'd do a little cheer of our own. Is everyone ready? Then let's get this party started.
Ready, let's go! Hey, people in the stand, get up and clap for us.
FedEx Ground.
Hey, people in the stand, get up and stop.
Your feet. Because FedEx Ground is a reliable and cost-effective way to handle all your day-to-day shipping needs. FedEx Ground. FedEx Ground. that was sticky fresh. I do not know about you, but I am pumped to the max. Woo-hoo! For more information, go to FedEx.com. Relax. It's FedEx.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Back at Ray Winder Field as the Travs have taken their positions, and we're just about set for action as Chris Hunter has begun to warm up. Hunter, as I mentioned, is the last Travelers pitcher to pick up a win as a starter. That was 10 days ago. On April the 15th, Hunter was a strong 6 innings, beating Juan Cedeno and these same Wichita Wranglers, limiting them to 3 runs on 5 hits in 6 innings. Big thing for the Travs to look out for today is the power that the Wranglers have shown. They hit 4 home runs yesterday, and Wichita in this series has hit 8 home runs, so it's a ball club that has relied quite a bit on the long ball. Hunter, pitcher, needs to keep the ball down, gave up 2 homers in his first start, but of the last 2 games, he has not allowed a ball to leave the yard. And so part of Chris Hunter's game, again, is keeping the ball around the knees, not certainly around the belt or around the letters. Hunter, 6'4", 205-pounder out of Utah Valley State, is in his 3rd professional season. He skipped over Double-A in the month of August in 2005, going 1-2 at Triple-A Salt Lake with a 5.86 ERA. Had a couple of really good performances in the Coast League, and gave the Angels a good idea that he could compete here at Double-A, and Hunter's done that. So he did struggle in his last time out, losing 11-3 against those hot-hitting Tulsa Drillers. We'll see how he does against the Wranglers today. It's the 2nd time Hunter pitches against Wichita this year. Here's Sanchez stepping into the batter's box, and we are ready for baseball. Hunter will work from the windup. Brown, the third baseman, up just a couple of steps. Here comes our first pitch of the night, and Sanchez takes a called strike on the low outside corner. First pitch today, 7-11, 1 minute later than we expected, and 70 degrees at game time. Hunter is 0-1 on the way and is smacked high down the right field line, foul. Drops suddenly into the Arkansas bullpen to make the count 0-2. There's a little bit of a breeze coming in from center field, 12 miles an hour, the reading that we're being given, and the flags are blowing straight in. Here's Hunter's 0-2 to Sanchez, and he hit him with a pinch. That's been a big problem for Chris Hunter. The 3rd batter that Chris hit this season, and it's come in a very inopportune time. With 2 strikes, he's trying to waste the pitch and maybe come inside and get Sanchez to saw off the handle of the bat. But instead of really coming inside, he came too far inside. So Sanchez is aboard. And that'll bring Donnie Murphy to the plate. Murphy hit the game-winning homer in the 10th inning yesterday. Right-hand batter. Hunter's pitch is chopped to third. A leaping play by Braun. Throwing to second. 1 out. Roslin to first. Rack him up for 2. 5-4-3 double play. Nicely turned by both Braun and Roslin. Braun, because he had to really leap in the air to bring that chopper down. It was one of those balls that was beat into the clay right in front of the plate. Takes a big bounce. And then Roslin, having Sanchez barreling right into him. So a nice-looking play by both the third baseman and at second. So 2 quick outs. They'll bring up Alex Gordon. Gordon also going deep yesterday. In fact, he came in the 1st inning with the bases empty. He's hit 4 on the season. Hunter to the plate. Gordon takes a fastball on the outside corner. Strike 1. Gordon with a .329 average, the 4 homers, 8 RBIs. Leads the Wranglers with 12 extra base hits. And the 0-1 is now in the way. He swings and misses on a changeup from Hunter, and it's 0-2. Travelers play Gordon to pull slightly. Shortstop Woods plays up the middle, maybe about 7 or 8 feet to the left of second, but deep. Large gap in left center. And here's the 0-2 from Hunter. It is chopped off the plate, right back to Hunter. Chris will take it on the front of the mound, flips it Porter at first to complete the top of the 1st inning. Nice job by Chris Hunter. Rebounded very nicely after hitting Sanchez with that 2-strike pitch. So not much doing for the Wranglers in the first. No runs, no hits, nobody left. That'll take us into the bottom of the 1st inning, and the Travs get in their swings against Juan Cedeno on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
A traveler nearing a great city asked an old man seated by the road, "What are the people like in the city?" Well, the man asked, "What were they like where you came from?" The traveler said, "They were horrible, mean, unworthy, detestable in all respects." "Ah,
"Ah," said the old man. "You'll find them the same in the city ahead." Scarcely had the first traveler gone on his way when another stopped to inquire about the people in the city before him. Again, the old man asked about the people in the place the traveler had just left. "They were fine people, honest, industrious, and generous to a fault," declared the second traveler. "I was sorry to leave." The old man responded, "That's exactly how you'll find the people here." I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the Church at Rock Creek. You know, the way people see others is really just a reflection of themselves.
For more information, call 225-8684 or look on the web at www.churchatrockcreek.org.
You are witnessing some intense pain here, folks. Throbbing muscles, swollen joints. This is pure torture. We're talking total body suffering. Not even the internal organs are...
Bob, the game hasn't started yet.
Game? I'm talking about me.
Don't let orthopedic discomfort interrupt your life. Learn to manage it with Baptist Health in Ortho, Arkansas, the state's leaders in orthopedic medicine. To reach a specialist or for more information, call Baptist Health Helpline at 227-8478 and get back in the game.
Oh, I can feel that hit up here. You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the first inning now at Ray Winder Field, and the Arkansas Travelers coming up against Juan Cedeno. Cedeno, a left-hander out of the Dominican Republic, who is in his sixth professional season. 22 years old. 0-1 with a 5.02 ERA this year. But coming off his finest performance of the season, in which he was able to hold the Cardinals of Springfield to only 2 hits in 6 innings. Did give up a home run, but he walked 5 batters. Now, walks have been a problem for Cedeno. 10 walks in 14 in the third innings over his first 3 starts. Against the Travelers 2 weeks ago, walked 3 in 4 in the third and gave up 5 runs. Dwayne Bacon stepping in, taking the first pitch low for ball 1 from Cedeno. Cedeno didn't make it past the 5th inning against the Travelers, but then went 6 innings last time out. Bacon, switch hitter, waits, and Cedeno comes home with a 1-0, and it's a strike over the outside corner, 1-1. Dwayne Bacon cracked a big double off the right center field fence yesterday. It's his second hit of the series. Came pretty close to a homer. The 1-1 is swung on and tapped foul at the plate, and it's 1-2 on Bacon. He's hitting .214 with 1 home run and 3 RBIs, followed by Eric Rodland and Brandon Wood. Rodland back in the number 2 spot after about a week hitting in the bottom part of the order. The 1-2 on Bacon. The pitch is high and outside, and that evens it up at 2-2. Cedeno, fastball, slider, changeup. Not a big build. Compact delivery. Here's the left-hander's 2-2 to Bacon. It's fouled straight back this way. And a nice swing at the fastball, and that keeps the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bacon's only hit of the game yesterday was that double, but he also walked. He's only been on base 3 times in the series. Tough for the Travs to get something going from the top of the order. Here's another 2-2, and it's fouled straight back once again, but Bacon and then another good swing at that pitch. Count remaining 2-2. Infield defense playing back after they got to the second strike. Bacon has attempted to bunt for a hit twice in this series, successful 1. Both 2 strikes. You certainly don't worry about him bunting for the base hit. They do leave a lot of room up the middle for Dwayne, and a lot of room on the infield for a little bleeder or chopper. Dwayne does have the speed to beat out any kind of non-routine ground ball. The 2-2 is high and outside, and that'll make the count full. One thing Bacon has done that you like to see in a leadoff hitter is work the count. Travelers certainly a free-swinging team. Bacon leads them by walking 8 times. Here's Cedeno's payoff, and Bacon swings at the fly ball to left center field, right between Butler and Lebansky, and it falls between them, and Bacon's going to coast into second base with a double. Ball comes in from the left fielder Butler on the way to third. A leadoff double for Dwayne Bacon, and the Travs are in business. You use the term tweener sometimes, and that one literally was right between the left and center fielder. Right halfway between Butler and Lebansky. Eric Rodland will come up to the plate in the spot where this is exactly where you like Rodland coming up. A guy with very good bat control that knows if he pulls the ball on the ground on the infield, he'll get Bacon over to third base. And that's Angels baseball, right down to a T. Left-hand batter against the left-hand pitcher, and Cedeno delivers. He shows bunt and took a slider for strike one. Rodland this season, no sacrifice bunts, but he has given up quite a few at-bats just to move a runner up with a ground ball. 0-1 pitch on the way. And that one is low and outside. Another breaking ball makes it 1-1. Cedeno starting off Rodland with a pair of breaking pitches. Rodland yesterday 2 for 3 after getting a day off. He was rejuvenated, a couple of singles and a walk. Stretched by Cedeno. A glance at second, and the 1-1 to Rodland is in there for strike two. Late breaking slider over the outside corner. Nice looking pitch by Cedeno. Bacon taking his lead from second. The shortstop Sanchez closest to him, but not really paying too much attention. Cedeno will come standing, give Bacon a glance, deliver the 1-2, and it's chopped to shortstop. That'll move Bacon up. Backhand by Sanchez on a bad hop. Throw over to first base in time for out number one. Rodland able to move Bacon to third base as he beat that ground ball just over the mound behind the runner. And Sanchez, who was playing right behind Bacon, was in perfect position to make the play. So Brandon Wood is set up to put the Travs in front here in the first inning. Wood has 13 RBIs on the year, but only 3 in the series. 5 for 17 over the 4 games. First pitch pumped right down the middle for a strike. And it is 0-1 on Wood. Wood hitting .311 with a team tying 4 homers for 13 RBIs. And against the Wranglers, Wood with 5 RBIs in 9 games. 0-1 pitch is low, and that makes the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Bottom of the first inning and a 0-0 score. Really just underway at Ray Winder Field on an overcast night. Travs will get out of town right after the ball game. Head out to San Antonio. The 2-2 to Wood, actually a 1-1 to Wood, is low and in, pardon me, and that's ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike on the Travelers shortstop with Matt Brown waiting on deck. Cedeno leading in. The infield is playing very deep. They'll give up an out. The pitch, swing and a miss, chased one out of the strike zone, and it's 2-2. So Cedeno does look a little bit wild today. He's going to work deep in the count right now. Wood helping him out, chasing a pitch clearly out of the strike zone. Cedeno maybe going for the strikeout here. Catcher Tupman sets up right low and away, and the pitch to Wood is fouled off in the air over the first base seat, way out of play. Still 2-2 on Wood. Just getting that run home from third base right now makes a big difference. Give Chris Hunter an early lead to work with. Puts the pressure on Wichita. 2-2 to Wood. Swung on, fouled off again. Well, again over the first base seat. So Cedeno is coming on the outside corner to Wood. He's been throwing fastballs on that low outside corner, trying to get Wood to chase one. But he's been able to get a little piece of it and stay at the plate. Taken off third, good lead. Another 2-2 to Wood, and he hits it high and deep towards right field. The only question is that one on the freeway. It is over the freeway. And Brandon Wood put the Travs on top 2-0 with his 5th home run of the season. And an absolute bomb. Boy, the ball has been carrying over the last couple of days. And you know what? If there was a 40-mile-an-hour wind coming in from right field, that ball still slices right through the teeth of it and over the fence. Wood got all of that baseball. 2-0 Travs. Wood with his first home run of the series. RBIs 14 and 15 on the year. And Matt Brown up to the plate now for the Travs with the bases empty. Cedeno delivers high and outside, ball 1. That's the 3rd home run that Cedeno has allowed, and 1 homer in each of his last 3 starts. And the first time this season that Cedeno gives up a run in the first inning. A 1-0 to Brown is low and inside, 2 balls, no strikes. The biggest inning for Cedeno this year has been the 4th. They were in 3 starts. He'd allowed 4 fourth-inning runs, but He had not been touched in the first inning this year until right now. The 2-0 to Braun is a fastball for strike one on the low outside corner. Braun, after a hot start, has slowed down a little bit. 0 for 5 yesterday with 3 strikeouts. The 2-1 is up high, ball 3 to the right-handed hitting third baseman. Braun's average has fallen to 324, 4 home runs and 11 RBI. He was tied with Brandon Wood for the team lead in homers until Wood just took Cedeno deep. Tupman walks the young left-hander back onto the mound and now will jog back behind the plate. 2-0 Travs on the homer by Wood and a 3-1 count on Matt Braun. There's only one out. Mike Elward waiting on deck, and Elward about the hottest hitter in the league right now. Here's the 3-1 to Braun. He swings and misses. Got a good pitch to hit. And Cedeno with enough oomph behind the fastball to get one by him. So it's a 3-2 count on Braun. Cedeno, 10 walks, 13 strikeouts on the season. Braun has walked 5 times and whipped 20 times. Cedeno holds the ball right in front of his face. Now winds, and the 3-2 swung on and missed, strike 3. A low fastball for the first strikeout of the game. And there's 2 outs to bring up Mike Elward. The Traveler DH, Elward, is 7 for 15 in this series. He's raised his average to the 4th highest in the Texas League, hitting .379. Only J.R. House of Corpus Christi, Midland's Jason Perry, and Springfield's Rico Washington have a higher batting average than Mike Elward. Pitch on the way to Elward, and he takes one down the middle for a strike, a breaking ball from Cedeno. Elward hit his second homer of the season yesterday, and it took the Travs from a 3-run deficit to only 1-run deficit. The 0-1 is low, 1 ball, 1 strike. And Elward also hit a single yesterday. He's got 19 RBIs, leading the team, 10 doubles, also leading the squad. Here's the 1-1 to Elward, and that is low once again, ball 2, 2-1. Elward's driven in 7 runs in the series. 2 doubles, 1 homer. Has been right on everything. Cedeno steps back, and now the 2-1 is up high, ball 3. Cedeno's been to 3 balls on 3 of the 5 hitters in this inning. And throwing an awful lot of pitches in the first inning he delivers. David Gates on deck, licking his chops. And here comes the 3-1 to Elward. He'll swing and hit it high down the right field line, slicing away from Maier. He's charging after it. It'll fall in front of him for a base hit. Elward trying for a double. The throw is airmailed over second, but backed up at third by Gordon. It'll be a 2-base hit for Mike Elward, and a hustling double at that. A good throw by Maier. Probably gets Elward at second base, but that's the reason Elward's running. He's forcing Maier to make a perfect throw. And with Elward pushing the envelope, it's Elward getting the benefit of the bad throw. So the 2-base hit for Elward is his 11th of the year, tying him with Ian Stewart for the league lead. And that's the 3rd base hit of the inning for the Travs, bringing a visit by Larry Carter, the Wichita pitching coach. All 3 hits in the inning have gone for extra bases, and Elward's is the softest hit. A high fly ball slicing away from Maier, who was playing deep in right field, and he had about 150 feet to cover. The ball hugged that right field line all the way in. It fell about a foot inside the foul line. And Maier was running so hard that he actually overran that fly ball, just by a little bit, maybe a foot. But he overran it enough to give Elward the thought about trying for second base. So Gates is set up for the RBI. 2 outs. Elward at second. 2 runs in for the Travs on the homer by Wood, and Gates still sitting on only 1 RBI of the year, and it was on a solo homer at that. He'll be facing Cedeno from the stretch. Pitch on the way, and it's a breaking ball that stayed up high. I'll tell you what, Cedeno's lucky that one didn't come into the strike zone, because it was sitting there. 1-0 on Gates, who's hitting .192. Played last on Sunday. Took one of those intentional walks in the 9th inning. It's a 1-0 on Gates. Cedeno, a glance at second. The pitch home, big swing and a miss by Gator. Finished looking at Rick's Armory. Swing looked good, came up empty. 1 ball, 1 strike on Gator. I think I heard our organist just play a little line from Beatty Got Back. That's the first. Here's the 1-1 to Gates, and that's up high again, 2-1. Does any other organist know Sir Mix-a-Lot? I would say that's a big fat no. 2-1 on Gates, trying to bring in Elward. Huge lead at second. They leave him all alone. Pitch on the way, and it's chopped to third. A big bounce for Gordon. He gloves it. He'll fire over to first base, and that completes the first inning for the Travs. They do score 2 runs on the homer by Brandon Wood. 3 base hits, 1 runner left. Going into the top of the second, it's the Travs 2 and the Wranglers nothing on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope. In today's busy world, who has time for questions? Where to go, how to get there, what to eat? With over 30 locations in central, north, central, and northeast Arkansas, Double B's has the answers. Double B's makes it easy to stop in and get on with your day, wherever you are. Start your day with Double B's Coffee Cafe. Gourmet coffee, better than most coffee houses. Grab lunch on the go with delicious selections from Quiznos, Pizza Pro, Baskin-Robbins, Chester's Fried Chicken, or Subway. Clean your auto with a car wash. And all Double B's locations feature pay-at-the-pump technology, so you're back on the road in no time. Make the most of your time and stop worrying about life's little questions. We've got the answers at Double B's.
Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, Dr. Pepper. Salute individuality, Dr. Pepper. Do what you do, your moment has come. You're not like anyone. Nothing's better, Dr. Pepper.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Back at Ray Winter Field, top of inning number 2. Travs 2, Wranglers nothing. Brandon Wood with a 2-run homer, giving the Travs their first couple of runs of this baseball game. And a reminder, Traveler fans, we are back in town to Ray Winter Field for a 7-game homestand, May the 4th through May the 10th. That'll include our first fireworks extravaganza, Saturday, May the 6th. You can pick up discount tickets right now at a Greater Little Rock Shell gas station. Get you in for $3 to the games on Friday, May the 5th, and Saturday, May the 6th. Fireworks extravaganza after the game on May the 6th. That'll be against San Antonio. 664-1555, the number to dial, and more information available online at Travs.com. First pitch of the second inning is a called strike from Chris Hunter to Billy Butler. Butler, right-hand batter, and he has had a giant series. Had hit in all 4 games, 8 for 16 with 3 home runs. Driving in 5, scoring 8 times. Pitch is a slider from Hunter, and it's up high, and it's 1-1. Hunter facing Butler, the cleanup batter, then Mitch Maier and Kila Ka'aihue. Butler a righty, and then 2 left-handers. Hunter's 1-1 is a fastball low and inside, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike on Butler. Butler hit a 2-run homer yesterday, a drive towards center field. It gave the Wranglers a 6th inning 4-1 lead. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and Butler hits a high fly ball to left field, hit it well, not well enough. David Gates drifting back with room at the warning track, and he makes the catch and almost dropped the ball. Looked like the ball came on him a little quicker than he was expecting. But Gator's pretty good outfielder, and he brought that one in. So Butler flashes a little warning track power. Remember that line from Major League? No, too high, too high. Well, that one was too high and not quite long enough. Maier up to the plate now. Mitch Maier had a very quiet 4-hit game yesterday. Pitch on the way to the left-hander, and it's outside, ball 1. Maier had an infield single. He hit a blooper into left field. A pop-up that forced Brandon Wood to go 30 feet into left field, reaching out, almost caught it, but dropped it. So that was 3. Sort of cheap hit for Maier, but he'll take him. Pitch is low to him, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. Not very rare you get a 4-hit game, and 3 of those hits had a little luck attached to it. So Maier's had a good series. He's driven in 4, 7 hits. 2-0 pitch is hit foul at the plate. Strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike on Maier. What's surprising, and we haven't seen too much of Maier's power. Maier's hit pretty well against the Travs in a couple of years. In a home run against them in the last series. 2-1 pitch on the way from Hunter. And that's inside, backing Maier off the plate, ball 3. 3-1. Hunter, a control pitcher, has walked 4 in 16 2/3. 3-1 on the way. Maier fouled it back into the Traveler dugout. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Braun way off the line at third. Outfield is straightaway, playing for Maier to pull on the infield, but on the outfield they'll figure he could hit it anywhere. Under 5 strikeouts in the season as he delivers a 3-2 high and outside for ball 4. And so a 1-out walk brings Kila Ka'aihue up to the batter's box. Ka'aihue's had a very rough series. Only 2 hits, both singles. 2 for 12. Struck out 3 times yesterday. Big left-hand batter. Stands into the plate. Travelers 2, Wranglers nothing. Top of the second. Hunter from the stretch with 1 out. And Maier taking the lead. Pitch on the way. And that's high and outside. Hunter's missed high and away with a couple of pitches over the last 2 batters. 1 ball, no strikes on Ka'aihue. He's hitting just 179 this year with no extra base hits. 4 runs driven in. Throw over to first base by Hunter. Maier back in. Maier did attempt to steal the base yesterday. Bobby Wilson threw him out. Maier 2 for 4 when attempting to swipe a base. Porter holding him on. And Maier out to a 4.5 step lead. Stretched by the right-hander. Hunter comes home with a 1-0, and the slider missed the outside corner for ball 2. Renzel Chiaro will walk the ball out to the mound, and he has a couple of words of advice for Chris Hunter. Chris Hunter, a 41st round pick in the 2003 draft. It's a pick so late, it's almost being forgotten. And Chris pitched well in his rookie campaign in 2004 in Cedar Rapids. Had 8 wins and 7 losses with a 3.86 ERA, which was a fairly advanced league for someone in his first professional season. 2-0 on the way now, and that's up high, ball 3. And Chris Hunter started to lose a little bit of command here. 3 pitches nowhere near the strike zone to Ka'aihue after walking Maier on a full count. You've got to imagine Ka'aihue's going to be told to take a pitch, force Hunter to come with another pitch to hit. Here's the 3-0 to Ka'aihue, and it's ball 4, high and outside. Sometimes it just happens that inexplicably a pitcher loses command of the strike zone for a couple of hitters. Hopefully, Hunter able to rebound against Sinrizo. Sinrizo, a right-hand batter who was all set to go back with the Texas Rangers this offseason, but then during spring training they released him and signed by the Royals. 2 for 10 with Wichita. Right-hand batter bouncing the bat off his shoulder. Hunter's pitch is a slider, and he gets it in there for strike 1. Sinrizo last played on Saturday, reaching once on an infield single, struck out twice. 2 on, 1 out, third base open. Maier, the runner at second, good speed, and Ka'aihue a little slower as he leads off of first base. Maier held on by Rodland, comes in behind the runner, and the throw hits him. Got Maier between the 1 and the 2. And now you know why the base runner going back to a bag at second on a pickoff play will be told to turn your back to the infield for fear that a ball just might happen to hit you. Frank White brought Sinrizo over for a very quick chat. Rodland and Wood communicating about who holds on the runner. Sinrizo stands into the plate with a slightly open stance. Leaning in is Hunter, trying to protect the 2-0 lead. Into the stretch he goes. Sinrizo squares around, and Hunter lifts up his leg and turns to second. And he'll let his infield get set now as the Wranglers are starting to get a little cutesy here in the top of the second inning. Frank White has had Sinrizo square around. Let's see if he really is going to bunt. Porter's going to back up at first base behind the runner, leaving Braun, the only one on the infield, up at third. Here's the 0-1. Sinrizo squares, bunts it on the first base side. Porter tries to let it roll foul, and it rolls foul just by a little bit. So So Senrizo tried to aim that ball along the first base runner's path. He did a pretty nice job of getting it down there. But Greg Porter noticed right off the bat that the angle was a little bit skewed towards foul territory. So Greg, with the intelligent play, letting it go across the line and then pouncing on it right when it crossed the chalk. So it's 0-2 on Senrizo, and forget about the sacrifice bunt now. Hunter is ready, and the right-hander's 0-2 is swung on and drilled deep to left field. Senrizo's hit the ball over the left field fence to give the Wranglers a 3-2 lead. A hanging slider on 0-2. Big mistake there by Chris Hunter. He had done a nice job getting ahead of Senrizo with a slider and then allowing Senrizo to bunt a ball foul. But the 0-2 slider had way too much of the strike zone, and Senrizo hits his first home run as a Royals farmhand, and it's a big one at that, a 3-run shot. And this will bring out pitching coach Ken Patterson. Something has happened in this series where the Traveler pitching staff that had done a great job keeping the ball inside the ballpark while it's slowly beginning to slip away. That is the 8th home run hit this series by Wichita. Traveler pitchers had allowed just 12 homers over the first 13 games of the year. I'll tell you what, the Wranglers have hit their home runs at the right time. They have not wasted any of the homers. They've all really been big home runs. Such as a 3-run shot to turn a 2-run deficit into a 1-run lead. Chris Lubanski stands into the plate, and Hunter throws one into the dirt for ball 1. One ball, no strikes on the left-handed hitting Lubanski. He's on a 6-game hitting streak. Hunter's pitch is drilled into right field. A hard-hit line drive. Espedo's able to cut it off of the fence, and Lubanski tries for second. The throw will not be in time. Sliding double for Lubanski, double number 5 on the year for him. And still only one out here in the second inning, and the Wranglers rallying against Chris Hunter. The home run he allowed, the third he's given up this year. And Hunter, after setting down 3 of the first 4 batters he's faced, has allowed the last 4 men to reach. Matt Tupman standing in, and Tupman's just the toughest hitter against the Travs over the last 2 seasons. He hit .400 in 2005 and 2006 against Arkansas. Left-hand batter who homered yesterday, finishing 2 for 3. Pitch on the way, and Hunter gets it over the knees up the outside corner for strike 1. Tupman hitting .367, tops on the Wranglers. 1 homer, that was yesterday, 10 RBIs, 7 of them in this series. And he's got a duck on the pond right now. It's an 0-1 pitch, and it's fouled straight back by Tupman, making the count 0-2. Tupman drove in only 8 runs against the Travelers last year, and he's already driven in 7 in this series, and 9 on the year against the Travelers. So Tupman, he's already outdone himself, at least as far as the Travelers are concerned from last season. Big pitch coming up here by Hunter, and 0-2 to Tupman, and it backs him off the plate inside, 1-2. Hunter was sure to make that pitch off the plate, and it certainly was. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Tupman. 3 runs are in here in the second for Wichita. They have taken the 3-2 lead. Hunter gives a glance at the runner, comes home, and Tupman grounds to third. Backhand by Braun, straightens up and fires the Porter for the second out. And holding at second is Lubanski. That'll bring us to the top of the Wichita order.
Shortstop, Ángel Sánchez.
Sanchez fell behind Hunter in the first inning, 0-2, but then Chris plunked him with a fastball up at the shoulder. It was just the 5th time over the series that Sanchez has reached base. He is 2 for 12. He's got a man at second. That's Chris Lubanski with very good speed. Should have no trouble scoring on a hit. Hunter's first offering is chopped towards the hole at short. Nice play by Braun. Cuts it off. Wheels around, fires, and retires Sanchez. And the second inning is complete. But Wichita puts up 3 runs on 2 hits. They strand a man, And the Wranglers take a 3-2 lead into the bottom of the second on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
The romance begins at Cupid's. Choose from Central Arkansas's largest selection of apparel and lingerie in every size, style, and color. And don't forget the wide selection of menswear, toys, massage oil, and lotion. It's Cupid's Lingerie and more. 2585 Donaghy Street in the Townsend Plaza, Conway, 65th and Scott Hamilton, and 9700 North Rodney Perelman in Little Rock, plus 3360 Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Just look for the purple neon hearts, and you'll know you're in the right place. Cupid's Lingerie and more.
Hey, fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Travs games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the second at Ray Winder Field, and Greg Porter leading off against Juan Cedeno and the Wichita Wranglers. Wranglers have taken a 3-2 lead as the first pitch to Porter almost hit him. He had a duck underneath the breaking ball by Cedeno. You may remember Porter hitting a home run against him back on April the 15th. Porter, Del Chiaro, and Espedo here in the second. Pitch to Porter, check swing on a curve. He'll take it low and away, and it's ball 2-0. Porter, 1 for his last 14. His average has fallen to .222. 1 home run. Now is against Cedeno. And here's the 2-0 pitch. He'll take a fastball over the outside edge, strike 1. Lights are on. A little darker than normal here at about 13 minutes to 8. Heavy cloud cover up above. The 2-1 to Porter is a fastball under the knees. Ball 3-1. So all 5 runs in this game scored on the homer. We had 8 of 9 runs yesterday scored on home run. You get the sense where this game is going. The 3-1 to Porter. Big swing and a miss on a fastball, and it's 3-2. Cedeno with enough to sneak it by him. Greg certainly never gets cheated up there. When he decides to take a swing, he takes a mighty rip. It's a 3-2, and here it is. Swing and a miss. Another big cut, but Porter comes up empty, and that's strike 3. Second strikeout for Cedeno. 1 away in the second to bring up Brent Del Chiaro. Cedeno just muscling up on that fastball. When he needed the strike, that's the pitch he went to not just once, but twice against Porter, coming back from the 3-1 deficit of the count. Here's Del Chiaro. Brent, a right-handed batting catcher, played on Saturday, going 1 for 3 with an infield single. He bats with the bases empty and 1 away in the second. Travs trailing 3-2. Cedeno spins a curve over the inside corner for strike 1. Brent back to the plate, 2 for 12 on the season. Infield single and a homer to his credit. The 0-1 over the outside corner, strike 2. Cedeno looking sharp here in the early part of the second inning after the Travs took a 2-0 lead on a homer by Brandon Wood. Monson Rizzo hits a 3-run shot to enter. 0-2, swung and a miss. Strike 3. Del Chiaro, the third strikeout victim for Cedeno, second in a row, and this one on 3 pitches. Here's Jason Espedo. Well, Espedo gave the Travs their most exciting moment of the game yesterday when he smacked the first pitch of the 9th inning over the Mills Freeway with a game-tying home run. Delivery here from Cedeno is inside, ball one. So that would be the last Traveler to reach base. Leo Nunez then sent down the next 6 men, and Wichita scored the run in the top of the 10th on the homer by Murphy to win it. The 1-0 to Espedo is low, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. The homer by Jason was his 4th hit of the series. He's 4 for 12. 1 homer, 2 RBIs, including the game winner on Sunday, getting hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. The 2-0 delivery is low and outside, ball 3. Dwayne Bacon waiting on deck, and he might get a chance to hit with Espedo ahead of the count 3-0 and 2 outs. Cedeno delivers. Here it is. Up high, ball 4. It's a 2-out walk, first of the game, issued by the Wrangler left-hander. That's 9 batters faced by Cedeno, allowing 3 hits. That was 3 of the first 5 batters recording a hit. And 2 strikeouts to start the second inning, followed by a base on ball. Here's Bacon. Dwayne drilled a double in the first inning to left center and scored on Wood's homer. Gordon is a step up at third as the pitch comes to Bacon, and it hits the dirt. Ball 1 was blocked by Tupman. Espedo had thoughts of second, but thought better of it and hustles back into first base with no throw. Cedeno's now missed with the last 5 pitches. 1-0 on Bacon, who is batting from the right side. 3 hits, 18 at-bats in the series. Short lead by Espedo. He's still held on. There's a throw over to first base, and he'll lunge back in, way ahead of that toss. 1 ball, no strikes on Bacon. Bottom of the second, Wranglers 3, Travs 2. Cedeno comes set, gives a good look at the runner. Now throws to Bacon, a letter-high fastball, and he takes strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike on Bacon. Espedo taking that short lead from first, represented the tying run. No need to press the issue at the moment. Pitch on the way, and Dwayne takes ball 2 up high. Cedeno had no trouble with the first 2 batters, but has missed with 7 of his last 8 pitches. A 2-1 to Bacon, swung on a miss on a curve, and Espedo is off of first. Throw back to first. He's in there safely ahead of the throw. Tupman was just a hair too late getting rid of it. But Espedo, who's been caught off of first base a couple of times this year, was almost picked off. That would have been the final out, but Bacon still will see another pitch. Not sure what Espedo was doing that far off the base. It's a 2-2 count. Another throw over the first base by Cedeno. Espedo saw that one coming. He's in there standing up. Getting caught between first and second on hit and run is one thing, but it didn't look like a hit and run. Now the 2-2, and Bacon swings, grounds to third. Gordon backhand, deep behind the line. He'll fire. Good arm, right in the money. And the Travs are finished on the 5-3 putout. No runs in the second for Arkansas. No hits. 1 left. Heading into the third, it's the Wranglers 3 and the Travelers 2 on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
When good spark plugs go bad, even a drive in the country is in jeopardy.
Hey, spark plugs, let's get Captain Nova some performance anxiety.
I don't understand. This never happened before.
Yeah, whatever.
Car's performance letting you down?
Who's this guy?
Autolite XP Extreme Performance Spark Plug, ma'am.
You seem different from the other spark plugs.
I have iridium-enhanced fine wire technology for faster ignition and optimum performance.
Ooh, that's hot.
Autolite, it's time to change your plug.
About 3 months ago, I put a new shaft in my driver, and let me tell you, I am hitting the ball 18 yards farther than I have ever hit it in my life. It's the Mitsubishi Rayon Diamante shaft, and it's also won 8 times on the tour this year, including the Masters. For 20 years, Mitsubishi Rayon has built the high-performance shaft in Japan, and now they brought it to America. The Diamante is available in 6 different weights from 53 to 103 grams and multiple flexes. Go to MitsubishiRayonGolf.com, and you too can start hitting the ball farther than you've ever hit it in your life. I guarantee it.
It's ironic. They're called answering machines, but they never give you answers. Oh, sure, they tell you so-and-so isn't here right now, but you have no idea where they went or when they'll be back. Of course, with Geico, you won't talk to an answering machine. They have thousands of car insurance specialists standing by. so you always get answers from a real live person. No wondering, no waiting, no irony.
Geico's customer satisfaction stands at 97%. How would you rate your car insurance company? Geico. 1-800-947-AUTO.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
2 innings in the books at Ray Winder, heading into the third. Wichita 3, Arkansas 2. It's Traveler Baseball here on Little Rock's ESPN 1380 and MinorLeagueBaseball.com. Donnie Murphy leads off the third for Wichita against Chris Hunter. Traveler starter had an easy first inning and a rocky second. He'll deliver the pitch to Murphy. Donnie takes his low, ball 1. Murphy hit into a double play in the first inning, went 5-4-3. One of 3 double plays he's hit into this series, but leading off, no chance for the swing killing. Away, check swing, but he followed through and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike on the Chris Hunter slider. Slider's been looking pretty sharp, but Hunter made 1 mistake, and Juan Rizzo took advantage of that with a 3-run homer. It's 1-1 to Murphy with Gordon and Butler to follow. Hunter's next pitch is a fastball, a little inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. 3 runs on 2 hits for Wichita. The Travs totals are 2 runs and 3 hits. 2-1 pitch is fouled back. Good swing by Murphy. Put everything into that one. And the count evens up at 2-2. We'll be checking some scores across the Texas League this inning. On the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard, we had an afternoon game in Springfield. 2-2 to Murphy. Is swung on, hit high in the air to right field. Towards the gap going is Speedo, settles underneath it. Right at the warning track, he makes the catch, and that's out number 1. Murphy is 0 for 2. Springfield Cardinals, 5-4 winners over Tulsa. Cards with a league best 13 wins and only 6 losses. Mike Parisi picks up the victory. His record is 2-0. Allowing 4 runs on 6 hits in 6 innings. Pitch on the way to Alex Gordon. Fly down the left field line. Going after it is Gates. He has room towards the corner, and he makes the catch. And Gordon is now 0 for 2. That's a very quick second out. Ubaldo Jimenez, who was the reigning Texas League pitcher of the week, had a rough time at Springfield. Walked 6 batters and allowed 3 hits in 4 2/3 innings, getting a no decision. Well, that was not the Jimenez we saw here at Ray Winder Field last, Friday or Thursday. Dominated the Travelers in 6 innings. Billy Butler stands in and takes inside for ball 1. Now, Springfield didn't homer in that game. Tulsa did. The Cardinals and the Drillers, top 2 home run hitting teams in the league besides Wichita. It's on the way to Butler, and he bent out of the way, high and tight, 2-0. Butler is 0 for 1, fly to left field in the second inning. But with the Drillers not giving up a home run, they now have allowed 34 homers in 19 games. Yikes. 2-0 to Butler. Here's up high, ball 3, 3-0. And what's amazing is that the Drillers still have put together a decent start to the season. They're 11-8, allowing almost 2 home runs per game. It's 3-0 to Butler. He'll take all the way. It's low, ball 4. And Chris Hunter, who had issued only 4 walks in his first 15 2/3 innings, has now walked 3 of the last 9 men he's faced. Up to the plate now is Mitch Maier. Maier took the first base on balls from Hunter, walking on 6 pitches in the second inning and then scoring the first run on Rizzo's 3-run homer. Stretch, Hunter delivers low and outside, ball 1. Currently at Progress in Midland, the Rockhounds over San Antonio 2-1 of the 5th. Missions just ended a 9-game losing streak. They'll be heading back to Alamo City today after that game. It's a 1-0 to Maier. Hunter comes home very high, ball 2, and Del Chiaro with the walk out to the pitcher's mound, and his body language says that right now he's not quite sure what the problem is with Chris Hunter. Hunter missed with 5 consecutive pitches in the second inning. He is now missed with 6 in a row after getting 2 quick outs. 2-0 to Maier with Butler at first. And here's the pitch. It's ball 3 up high again. Maier back to the plate. We'll see if he gets the green light on 3-0. On deck is Ka'aihue. Pitch on the way, and it's a strike over the outside corner. 3-1. Frisco leading Corpus Christi 2-0 there in the third. Rough Riders have dropped the last 2. Corpus Christi trying for their 12th win in 19 games. Hunter firing to first. Almost picked off Butler, but he's back in. Wranglers leading 3-2. And the 3-1 to Maier is outside, and that's the 4th walk by Hunter over the last 10 batters. So now Chris has equaled his walk total from his first 16 2/3 innings of the season. Rough go of it right now, but he could still get out of the inning, retiring Ka'aihue. On deck is Senrizo, who's already taken him deep. Ka'aihue walked on 4 pitches in the second inning, and I thought that said that Hunter was just losing the feel of his pitches because Ka'aihue's not hitting the ball well. Pitch on the way, and it's low, a slider missing ball 1. With a batter that is struggling, quite often a pitcher feels confident enough to be able to throw it into the strike zone, let him put it into play. But that's the thing. Hunter has lost the feel for the moment. The 1-0 is low and in, ball 2, and we're starting to get some action in the Traveler bullpen. None of these pitches are anywhere close to the strike zone. Tyrone Boykin is out of the Trav dugout, and he obviously sees something wrong. He is making a brisk walk out to the mound. Warming up in the bullpen is number 29. That's Michel Simard getting loose. And you always worry if you see a pitcher start to lose command of his pitches and just have a lot of trouble finding the strike zone. It's more mental than anything else. And no one is quite sure why a pitcher just automatically loses his control completely. Especially considering that Chris Hunter's game is throwing strikes. Back into the plate goes Ka'aihue with a count of 2-0. Simard has just started to warm up down the right field line. It'll take him a little bit of time to get ready. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Ball 3, missing low. Hunter's 1 pitch away from walking the bases loaded. Out of his last 4, 9, 12 pitches, he's thrown just 1 strike. It's a 3-0 to Ka'aihue, and it is a strike at the letter. Wranglers have taken 4 walks and been hit by a pitch. The only 2 hits were back-to-back in the second, and Rizzo's homer, Lebanski's double. 3-1 pitch is strike 2 on the outside corner, and boy, it would be great to see Hunter come back and get Ka'aihue, and then perhaps get a little breather in the bottom of the 3rd inning and catch his breath, collect his thoughts, and go out and give a couple more strong innings. Here's a 3-2. The runners go. It is strike 3 called on the outside corner, and Ka'aihue cannot believe it. He thought it was ball 4, but the plate umpire, Rosen, rings him up. And for the Wranglers in the 3rd, no runs, no hits, 2 men left, and that'll take us into the bottom of the 3rd. The Wranglers 3, the Travelers 2. This is Little Rock ESPN 1380.
From the hilltops of Atlanta
to the California sand. Come on, one day across the nation, yeah.
I'm a burrito in every time.
Most Burritos, 2834 North Hills Boulevard in North Little Rock by Kroger's at North Hills and McCain. Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-time trip and discover Arkansas. National's Great Weekend Special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations. Little Rock Airport, and North Little Rock at 3919 Black Avenue. See National Car Rentals ad in the Yellow Pages. Go your own way with National Car Rentals.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bono the third now at Ray Winder Field, and the Travs trying to come back from a 1-run deficit. Wichita 3, Arkansas 2. And it is the Travs' number 2 batter, Eric Rodlin, leading off against Juan Cedeno. Cedeno, the left-hander, delivers from the wind-up pitch on the way, and it is low for ball 1. Cedeno in 2 innings has allowed 3 hits, 1 walk, 2 runs. A homer by Wood accounting for both runs. Cedeno has also struck out 3. Got Rodlin a ground down to the first inning. Pitch on the way, and it's in there for strike 1 called. 1 ball, 1 strike on Rodlin. Eric into the game hitting .320, no homers, 7 driven in. The 1-1 hit the inside corner, slower breaking ball that time from Cedeno. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wood and Braun to follow against Cedeno. The left-hander winds. The 1-2 to Rodlin is sent over the third base bleachers, a foul ball. Rodlin kept here at Double-A while Casey Smith was sent up to Triple-A before yesterday's game. The idea, I believe, is to get Rodlin continuing to start every day at second base. We've noticed Casey Smith had not had continuous playing time. 2-2, chop to second base, 2 bounces. Murphy's right there to field it. And it is 1 second baseman retiring, the other second baseman 4-3. One thing about Casey Smith, and I think it makes him valuable to the entire Angels organization, whether or not he's going to start every game, he can play every position on the infield. And I think that is why he got the call up to AAA, because Howie Kendrick has been taken away from the AAA team, so they need a second baseman. It's on the way to Wood, and that is low ball 1. We also consider that Casey Smith can play shortstop. He can play first base and third base. Eric Rodlin, he's just a second baseman, really. A 1-0 to Wood is inside, ball 2. Wood sent a home run over the interstate in the first inning. I believe that's his 3rd freeway ball of the year. Home run here would tie the game as the 2-0 comes from Cedeno, and Brandon takes it low at 3-0. On deck, Matt Braun. Wichita leading 3-2. Wood homered in the first, put the Travs in front, and Rizzo hit a 3-run homer in the second for the Wranglers. The pitch is swung on and missed as Wood went after 3-0, and it was a changeup even. That is really crossing him up on a 3-0 changeup. Now the 3-1 coming. And strike 2 taken at the knees. Another off-speed pitch. So Cedeno showing some moxie coming back from 3-0 against one of the top hitters in the league. Brandon Wood, who's hitting about .315 now. 3-2 pitch is low, and he takes the base on balls anyway. So Wood was pretty patient up there. He swung at only 1 pitch, and it was a 3-0 pitch at that. So that is the second walk allowed by Cedeno, and here's Matt Braun. Brownie struck out in the first inning. The 4th strikeout in his last 6 at-bats. And the 21st on the season for him. 3-2 Wichita with Braun standing in, facing the left-handed pitching Cedeno. Braun, a right-handed batter himself. Wood off first. Decent lead. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball for strike 1 over the outside corner. Braun 3 for 19 in the series now. While his offense has slumped a little bit, he has picked up the defense at third base. He's been pretty stellar. An 0-1 pitch. Outside, let a changeup go, and Cedeno even put a little motion on it, a little tailing changeup away from the right-handed batter. So it was really nowhere near the strike zone. Started outside and went even a little bit further. Wood leads the way with Ka'aihue holding. There's a huge gap on the right side of the infield. Here's the Throw over to first by Cedeno. Wood back over. Wind still blowing in from center field, but it's not knocking down any high fly balls or line drives. Wind not too much of a factor. Stretch Cedeno ready. And now the 1-1 to Braun. He swings and misses. He was fooled on the slider. And it was even thrown right into the dirt, right behind the plate. Cedeno seems to have that breaking ball working pretty well today, and his fastball he's had confidence in. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Braun. Back into the plate. Into the stretch to the left-hander. And Cedeno throws over towards Wood again, forcing the Travis base runner to head back in there, standing up. Not really that Wood would be attempting to steal against a left-hander. Cedeno has a pretty decent move to first base. He's trying to keep him close for the ground ball. Now the 1-2 to Braun is very high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Cedeno's trying to get a ground ball to start a double play with. He comes down into the lower part of the strike zone. Or does he go with the slider? Let's see. Into the stretch he goes. It's a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. It's a changeup, and it's lined by Braun towards left field. Butler charging in. He makes a backhand catch. Back to first is Wood quickly. Boy, Braun hit that ball right on the money, but unfortunately Butler was positioned for it. And there's 2 outs. Here's Mike Elworth. Mike Elworth has 8 hits in 16 at-bats in the series. That includes his first inning double to right field. Team leading and league-leading 11th double of the season. Wood off of first. He might be able to score on another double. Cedeno will give him a look. Now throw to Elworth, and he swings. It's a high fly to shallow right. Out from second is Murphy. In from right is Maier, and it's Maier taking control and making the catch. Travs are done in the third. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left. Well, we have played 3 innings at Raywinder Field. It's 3-2 Wichita on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible awards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Stone Lakes Golf Course is one of Central Arkansas's hidden sports gems. Located just 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road, Stone Lake features a unique link-style course and some of the most reasonable green fees around, complete with driving range plus chipping and putting greens and a full-range snack bar. Stone Lakes has everything a good duffer needs. Check out a hole-by-hole description on stonelakes.net or call 945-0945 for Stone Lakes.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
3 innings complete at Raywinder Field, and the score Wichita 3, Arkansas 2. Totals after 3 show the Wranglers with 3 runs on 2 hits and no errors. Wichita has stranded 3 men on the bases. Travs 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and they left a man on the bases each inning, 3 left on. I'm Phil Elton, and thanks for tuning in tonight for Traveler Baseball on Little Rock ESPN 1380 and MinorLeagueBaseball.com. Tomorrow night we start a 4-game series with the AA affiliate of the Seattle Mariners, the San Antonio Mission. 7:05 first pitch tomorrow night, and the ITT Tech pregame show at 6:45. Juan Rizzo to begin the fourth inning. He hits the first pitch from Chris Hunter to first base. Greg Porter makes the play way off the bag. Hunter hustles over, and it'll go 3-1 on the putout. Nice job by Porter coming off the line for that ball. And here comes Chris Lebansky. Lebansky had a two-base hit back in the second inning and has stretched a hitting streak to 7 games in a row. Left-hand batter for the Travs position the infield defense for him to pull, sending Wood up the middle and Brown towards the hole at short. Pitch is slowly chopped foul off his foot, and it rolled towards Porter's first base, but the plate umpire, Stanley Rosen, made the call. And it is 0-1 on Lebansky. Checking the scores in the major leagues. We'll start in the National League, where Cincinnati leads in the 7th inning, 6-4 at Washington. Colorado 7, Philadelphia 6 in the 6th inning. Clint Barmas hit his second home run. Bottom of the 5th at Milwaukee, Braves 2, and the Brewers 1. Chipper Jones hit his first homer for the Bravos. Jeff Jenkins, number 4 for Milwaukee. It's an 0-1 count on Lebansky. Chris Hunter's delivery is hit hard but foul down the right field side, where Michel Simard continues to warm up in the pen. Right now he is not throwing in the pen. He's just standing on the mound. Now he's about to throw a pitch. And now he's officially throwing in the pen. 0-2 on Lebansky with Tupman waiting on deck. Hunter into the glove. Now to the plate, and it is popped out of play into the bleachers. End of 5 at the Chicago Cubs. And the Cubs leading the Marlins 1-0. Marlins only 1 hit so far. Off of rookie Sean Marshall. Dontrell Willis on the mound for Florida. 0-2. The pitch from Hunter to Lebansky is hit hard between first and second for a 1-out single. It's into right field. And Lebansky with his second hit of the day. Third of the night for Wichita. More scores in the National League. The Dodgers trailing Houston 2-0 in the bottom of the 4th. And Pittsburgh trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. The Pirates lead St. Louis 3-2 after 3. 2 games out west in the National League. The Padres and the Diamondbacks in San Diego. Claudio Vargas versus Jake Peavy. And Mike Piazza, he's 1 homer to reach 400 for his illustrious career. The Mets and the Giants tonight in San Francisco with Steve Trackle taking on Jamie Wright. Here in Little Rock, it's 3-2 Wichita, top of the 4th. Matt Tupman, the batter with 1 out. Lebansky, the runner, off of first base. Hunter starts off with a slider outside, and it is 1-0. In the American League, we have 5 games in progress. Heading into the 7th, it's Cleveland 4 and the Boston Red Sox 3. Into the stretch, Hunter. Tupman waits, left-hand batter. Here it is, the 1-0 pitch outside, and it's 2-0. Cleveland 4, Boston 3 after 6 innings. Cleveland gets a homer from Ben Broussard, his second. The Yankees with 10 hits over 6 innings, and the Yankees leading Tampa Bay 6-1 in the bottom of the 6th at Yankee Stadium. Derek Jeter hit his 3rd home run, and for Tampa, Johnny Gomes with number 10. A 2-0 pitch from Hunter, and it's high, ball 3. Hunter has already walked 4, and it's almost been like he catches a disease of not throwing strikes and just loses control out of the clear blue sky. Walked 2 in a row in the 2nd, 2 in a row in the 3rd. And he throws over to first base, checking on Lebansky. I think that's just to get a release point, because right now Hunter may be losing that release point a little. It's a 3-0 pitch, and it's ball 4 outside. That's the 5th walk issued by Hunter, and I believe that's going to be it for him. Here comes Tyrone Boykin from the dugout, and he is going to Michel Simard. So a tough start for Chris Hunter. He lasts just 3 1/3 innings, which is his shortest start of the year. A season-high 5 walks. And don't forget, he also hit another batter. So all told, a forgettable performance. Hunter will leave the field, but, I mean, at least the team is still in the ball game. They're not getting blown out. 3-2, Wichita leads. We'll take a 60-second break with an AT&T call to the bullpen. Talk, surf, watch, go, and save. Do it all and get it all with new services from the new AT&T your world delivers. We'll be back after 60 seconds with the Travs trailing 3-2. Rest of the top of the fourth after this on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard. Cashback, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For limited time, we'll give you 1,000 reward points, and you'll get a low 6.9% annual percentage rate for the life of balance transfers. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at ASCU.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
KDXE North Little
Purdue is
Rock.
getting no decision, and so this will be yet another game without a victory for the Travelers starting rotation. Only 2 wins out of the starting rotation thus far. One of them was for Stephen Shell, and Shell is now up at AAA Salt Lake. Another victory out of the Travelers starting rotation is from Hunter, and Hunter no longer in the game today. Here's Ángel Sánchez up to the plate against Samard. For Michel, it is his 5th outing of the year. No wins, no losses with a 3.60 ERA. He inherits 2 men on base and 1 out. Chris Levansky had a 1-out single. Matt Tupman followed with a base on ball. Braun playing up at third, couple of steps. Porter back at first base. Here's the pitch, and Sanchez has to back away from a fastball that was tight, 1-0. Sanchez hit by a pitch in the first inning on a 2-strike offering at that, and then he was the final batter the second, chopping out the third baseman Braun. Outfielder straight away, and the second baseman Rodlin holding on Levansky. DeMar gives him a look, now delivers the 1-0 curveball, and that missed inside, maybe a little high, 2-0. So Samard, who's gone as many as 2 innings in an appearance this year, important for him to get out of this inning, keeping it a 1-run game, and then pitch a scoreless 5th. 2 balls, no strikes. It's on the way. Curveball called strike 1 at the knees on the inside corner. So Samard coming in, throwing almost nothing but breaking pitches. The count is 2-1 on Sanchez. Double play depth for the infielders. They turned 1 today. The 2-1 pitch, it's off of the pitcher, ricochets to Braun. Braun relays over to first base to get the out on the batter. That'll go 1-5-3. The other runners advance. Levansky to third base and Tupman to second. And, Michel Samard, I don't know where he got hit by that ball, but it hit him somewhere, and it hit him hard. Because it ricocheted off of Michel directly to Matt Braun at third base, and Samard checking his right wrist. Aaron Wells is out of the dugout along with Tyrone Boykin, and they are checking on Samard. And again, it appears to be his right hand, perhaps one of the knuckles. Boy, I mean, that means that he might have tried to defend himself with his bare hand. A gutsy thing to do. No pitcher should ever really defend himself with his pitching hand, but, I mean, when it comes to a ball being hit that hard right at you, instinct just takes over. And so with that, with the right paw giving him a little bit of pain, we'll see if Samard even tries to throw a couple of warm-ups. He will give it a go and see if he can stick around. Shaking his right hand, so he might have lost a little bit of the feeling in it. But one thing's for certain, if a batted ball comes right back to the pitcher's mound and you try to defend yourself with a pitcher's hand, that's going to hurt. So Simard's going to toe the rubber and see if he can't keep going here. Let's see how this first pitch works out for him. Threw a fastball and it tailed on him pretty wildly. And if you don't have the feeling in your hands, how are you going to be able to get a good grip on the pitches? Next one was right where he wanted it, and so it looks like Simard may be okay. But Boykin and Wells are going to make him throw another pitch and see if he can continue to show good control. The next one looks fine, so hopefully Simard can stick around. Trav's already a little short-handed today with Chris Hunter, the starting pitcher, getting knocked out in the fourth inning. Simard just threw a breaking ball. He looks fine, so Michel is going to stick around. So Sanchez 0 for 2 after the 1-5-3 putout. And here's Donnie Murphy up to the plate. Big situation. Murphy could give Wichita a 3-run lead with a base hit. He's got men at second and third. And Murphy is 0 for 2 today. Now, Murphy is 3 for 22 in this series. 2 of his hits home runs. So he is taking big swings quite a bit. First pitch is up high, a breaking ball, 1-0. Both the runners on the bases are the responsibility of Chris Hunter. So at the moment, he's given up 3 runs in 3 1/3 innings. He can give up as many as 5. Here's the 1-0 from Simard, and he hits the batter, Murphy, with a fastball. Drilled him between the numbers. And now that's the second hit batter from the Traveler pitching staff today. This loads the bases for, of all hitters, Alex Gordon, last year's second overall draft pick out of the University of Nebraska, an outstanding hitter who skipped over rookie ball and single A and was hitting .329 in his first 18 professional games. That's this year, before going 0 for 2 at the start of this game. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 3-2 Wichita. They got a chance to break it open. Pitch on the way to Gordon. Up high, 1 ball, no strike. Simard allowing a .238 batting average. 5 walks, 5 strikeouts, 5 hits, 5 innings. A 1-0 to Gordon. Swing and a foul back. He just tried to yank that ball out of this ballpark. Got a good pitch to handle, but Simard had enough. He only got a piece. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Wranglers have hit a grand slam this year, and it was Donnie Murphy who performed that trick. Wichita hitting .462 with the bases loaded. The 1-1 to Gordon is fouled into the Arkansas dugout. A nice breaking ball by Simard, and Gordon thought he was going to get something with a little more speed. So now the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Simard hitting Murphy to load the bases. And you know, you want to possibly waste one on 1 and 2, but come to the strike zone. The pitch is a curveball fouled away into the third base seats, and that might have caught somebody. I think it did. Caught a lady on her left arm. You always tell by the reaction of the crowd, even if you don't see it happen. Simard leaning in. Now he finds the sign he likes. It's a 1-2 count, and Gordon backs out of the box. Everybody in the bleachers and in the seats above the left field, the third base dugout, are looking into the stands. Someone did get hit by that last foul ball. Focus back on the field now. It's Simard coming set. The 1-2 on the way to Gordon, and he hits it up the middle. Rodlin giving chase. He's able to field it clean. He fires to first in the dirt and past Porter. Oh, no. Levansky scores. Tupman scores. Murphy to third, and Gordon to second on the error by Eric Rodlin. And 2 runs score to make it 5-2. Ill-timed error, and it looked like Eric had a little trouble getting the ball into his throwing hand, and he had to rush it because Gordon runs better than you would expect. He rushed the throw. It went straight into the dirt, and Porter had really no chance to dig it out. He would have had to have a crane in order to dig that out. So, no RBI for Gordon. He gets to second base on the 2-base error. 2 runs are home, and that'll close the books on Chris Hunter. 5 runs, 3 of them earned. And it's still second and third. Still with 2 outs. Billy Butler, the hitter, and Michel Simard pumps a fastball at the knees for strike 1. So a disastrous error there. And Rodlin's been about as steady as it gets. 0-1 on the way to Butler, and he fouled it back. He was waiting for the curve, got the breaking ball, but just missed putting it into play. 0-2. Butler flied to left in the second and took a base on balls in the third. 5-2, Wichita leading. Simard ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch on the way, and the fastball is up high, ball 1. All out of the 5 walks issued by Hunter, 3 of those base runners come around to score. And more trend for the Wranglers offense. They almost don't score unless they hit a home run. Pitch from Simard is low to Butler, and it's 2-2. Wichita, who scored all of their 5 runs on the homer yesterday. A 3-run homer in the second, but they wouldn't have scored here in the fourth if not for the error by Rodman. 2-2 to Butler is drilled very high, very deep to dead center field. Way back it goes, and it's gone. A 2-run homer here in the fourth inning. Pardon me, a 3-run homer by Butler has exploded this game. The Wranglers have put up 5 runs in the fourth inning. Simard left a breaking ball sitting on a tee, and Butler hits his 4th home run of the series. It is 7-2, and Wichita has scored 5 unearned runs in the fourth inning. Boy, Billy Butler, when he hits a home run, you know it's gone. Has a certain sound off the bat, and it just kept going and going. Went just underneath the 390 sign over the center field fence. 5 runs in the inning, and Wichita has now hit 2 home runs in the game. There's a swing and a ground ball up the middle of the shortstop by Maier, picked up by Wood. He throws it into the dirt, and Porter makes a nice play, reaching out and bringing it in for the final out of the fourth inning. Almost had that second error, but instead the fourth inning is complete. Wichita scores 5 runs on only 2 base hits. There was 1 error and nobody left. And we're going to go into the bottom of the fourth inning with Wichita leading 7-2 on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Wichita now leading by 6 runs, 8-2 after completing a 5-run fourth inning. And so the Travs now have quite a bit of ground to make up. David Gates leads off against Juan Cedeno, who missed inside with a fastball to start it off. Cedeno gave up 2 runs over the first 3 batters he faced, but he settled down since. No hits over the last 2 innings with 2 walks. Pitched to Gates, hit him with a pitch, and I think Gates was expecting that. He is staring at Cedeno as he jogs down the first base line. Cedeno threw the first pitch to Gates pretty far inside. The second pitch hit him. I think you know where we're going with that. Greg Porter coming up to the plate now. Two Wichita batters have been hit already today. That's the first of the day for the Travs. And here's Greg Porter. Porter struck out in the second. Cedeno throws it to him, and it's inside, turning him away from the pitch. He threw it to the right shoulder. 1 ball, no strikes. Cedeno throws the next pitch to Porter into the dirt and bouncing away from Tupman. Over to second base goes Gates. He'll hold at second on the wild pitch. 2 balls, no strikes on Porter. You know, I don't think there's any doubt that Cedeno had intention of hitting Gates just to back up his teammates, and that can be part of the game of baseball. But we've seen it happen before. A pitcher gets a rather large lead to work with, figures he can fiddle around, waste something, back up his teammates, hit a batter, then he loses all focus, and the game gets out of hand for him. 2-0 to Porter. And there's a strike on the low outside corner. That's not necessarily going to happen, but we've seen it happen plenty of times before. Some pitchers think that it's just harmless hitting a guy. They'll be able to deal with it, but sometimes that can start a big inning. Maybe the Travs have a big one in them. 2-1 to Porter. Foul ball on the ground, hit very hard outside third base. Almost took out Ty Boykin in the third base coach's area. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Porter, nobody out. Gates away from second. Travelers down by 6 runs. Even they scored just 1 or 2 in this inning, at least a notice of a pulse. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Porter takes it low. Breaking ball from Cedeno makes the count full. Well, Cedeno's not going to stay around much longer. This game's going to be up to the Wichita bullpen. Cedeno has already thrown 75 pitches and has not retired a man in the 4th, so he's going to get up to about 100 pitches very quickly. A 3-2 count to Porter. Cedeno gives a look at second. The pitch is fouled away. Porter swung at a high fastball and stays alive. First base open, nobody out. Travs need to come back from 6 at this point. Cedeno has hit a batter. He's walked 2. Here's another payoff to Porter. Check swing, bleeder towards the mound. Cedeno off the mound. Goes over to first base. Ka'aihue there for the out. It goes 1-3. Porter did help out the pitcher by going after that first 3-2 pitch, which certainly was a high fastball. And the second pitch, I think he may have been crossed up. Cedeno comes with a breaking pitch, and Porter out on the check swing ground ball. So Geg's 0 for 2. And here's Brent Del Chiaro. Del Chiaro struck out on 3 pitches in the second. Here's Cedeno comes with a fastball. First pitch is a fastball, low, 1 ball, no strike. Del Chiaro is 2 for 13. 1 infield single, 1 home run. 1-0 pitch. And that's low again, ball 2. Kicks up a little dust. Tupman blocked it. 2 balls, no strikes on the Traveler catcher. Del Chiaro subbing in for Bobby Wilson today. Means Wilson will have tonight off, with the exception of warming up pitchers in the bullpen, and then get that rest on the long ride to San Antonio and be ready to play tomorrow. 2-0 to Del Chiaro is low, ball 3, and Cedeno, man, he struck out Del Chiaro on 3 pitches in the second inning, and he's missed with 3 pitches under the knees here in the 4th. At this point, you just need base runners any way you can possibly get them. Walks, hit batters, what have you. It's a 3-0 pitch, and it's at the letters, apparently, for strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Wichita leading 8-2. The Wranglers this season have not yet won a series. The 3-1 pitch to Del Chiaro. Swung on, grounded up the middle pretty hard. Stopped by the shortstop Sanchez. His flip to first is not in time. And Brent Del Chiaro, wow, through his second infield single of this series, putting Gates at third base. Great play by Sanchez. He saves a run by stopping the ball a good 10 feet up the middle past second base. So base hit number 4 for the Travs, which matches that total of the Wranglers. And here's Jason Espedo standing in. Wichita 8, Travs 2. This is the 5th game of a 5-game series, each team winning twice. Travelers won the opener, 11-10 in 10 innings. Fell to the Wranglers 7-1 Saturday, came back Sunday a 6-5 win, and then lost in 10 innings yesterday 5-4. Espedo takes the first pitch, strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. Jason took a base on balls on 4 pitches back in the second. He bats lefty against lefty with runners at the corners, 1 away. Trying to make up a 6-run deficit. Cedeno comes home. The 0-1 is strike 2 called. Breaking pitch that's bent at the knees, and it's 0-2 on Espedo. Wayne Bacon on deck, and Espedo here. I mean, he's still got plenty of time to come back from 6 runs down. Fly ball brings a run home. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on, line drive, base hit in the left field. He took a curveball the opposite way and drives in David Gates with an opposite field single. Jason Espedo with his 7th RBI has cut Wichita's lead to 5 runs. It's now 8-3. Maybe this starts a little string for the Travs. And Cedeno, who again thought he was protecting his teammate by hitting David Gates with a pitch, and the best thing he can do, not charge the mound, score, find a way to come home. And that is the way to get back to the pitcher, by getting his ERA just a little bit higher. Larry Carter heads out to the mound for a quick chat with Bacon. And we'll remind you about the upcoming homestand at Ray-Winder Field. Thursday, May the 4th through Wednesday, May the 10th. San Antonio in town for 3 games. And Corpus Christi will be in town for 4. Our next family Sunday game, Sunday, May the 7th. Don't forget, if you just bring in your church bulletin to the ballpark, you and the entire family get in for $6 total. AARP Day on Sunday, May 7th. Free general admission to AARP members just by showing your valid membership card. And then after the game, kids run the bases and receive a free gift from Gator Park. That's Sunday, May 7th here at Ray-Winder Field. 8-3 now, Wichita leading. Wayne Bacon batting with runners at first and second. Cedeno's first pitch is a little low for ball 1. Gates hit by a pitch to start the inning. A wild pitch put him at second after 1 out. Then Del Chiaro's infield single put Gates at third. Espedo's single brought him home. So it's Del Chiaro at second and Espedo at first for Bacon. 1-0 pitch is fouled in the air over the bullpen to right field. And it's strike 1 on Bacon, who has doubled, scored, and grounded out to third. Travs now out hitting Wichita 5-4, but the Travs don't have the home run total of the Wranglers today. Wranglers hit 2 home runs. Both of them are 3-run shots. It's a 1-1 to Bacon, batting from the right side. Cedeno deals, and Bacon takes it in the dirt and almost hit him. Ball 2, 2-1. Nobody warming up in the Wichita bullpen for the moment, but Cedeno does not look very strong right now. You almost feel like Wrangler manager Frank White, he's almost hesitant to go to his bullpen. The pen has struggled at times. 2-1 pitch to Bacon, and he takes it low, ball 3, and it's a 3-1 count. Three balls, 1 strike. On deck is Eric Rodland, then Brandon Wood. So the Travs have a real opportunity to storm right back into this one. They've made up 1 run of the 6-run deficit. Here's a 3-1 pitch, and Bacon hits a high fly ball to right field. Not going to do anything. Maier into the gap, plenty of time, and he makes the catch, and that's out number 2. And so Eric Rodland will come up with still 2 men on, but now 2 outs. In the bottom of the 4th inning, Travelers down by 5, 8-3. Rodland's grounded out twice, the shortstop and the second base. And his throwing error leads directly to the 5-run 4th inning enjoyed by the Wranglers. Damaso Espino out of the Wrangler dugout, jogging to the bullpen, and we'll get some Wichita pitchers warming up. Here's Cedeno into the stretch, lefty on lefty, pitch on the way. Rodland takes a fastball for strike 1. 7 RBIs for Rodman on the year. Cedeno delivers the 0-1 for strike 2 at the knees. He's come with nothing but 2 fastballs to Rodman, 1 at the letters, 1 at the knees, and Rodman kept the bat on the shoulder each time. Nobody holding the runners. Del Chiaro at second and Espedo at first. Cedeno steps off the mound and walks towards the catcher. Tupman will meet him halfway. Recapping, Travs took a 2-0 lead on a Brandon Wood homer in the first. Wichita turned it around with a Juan Senrizo 3-run shot in the second, and then Wichita broke the game open with a 5-run fourth inning, highlighted by a 3-run homer by Billy Butler and a 2-run error by Eric Rodlin. Travs got a run here in the fourth. 0-2 to Rodlin, high and tight. Cedeno continues to throw up around the chin of 3 Traveler batters here in the fourth inning. Hitting Gates, coming close to Porter, and now Rodlin had to get out of the way of an 0-2 pitch. Now the 1-2 on the way, and Rodlin takes outside to even the count. Cedeno over 80 pitches now. The 2-2 to Rodlin. Swung on and chopped outside first. A foul ball will keep the count 2-2. The next pitch of the inning will be the 27th for Cedeno here in the fourth. So he's almost done. Right-hander warming up in the Wrangler pen. 2-2 to Rodlin. Is low, and it's ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That right-hander getting ready in the bullpen is Ryan Braun, who has shared some of the closing duties with Leo Nunez. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Rodlin. Cedeno has hit a batter, walked 2, struck out 3, and the runners will be going on the pitch. And here is the pitch to Rodlin. He swings, hits it hard up the middle. Second baseman Murphy makes the play in short center. His throw to first is on the money, and the fourth inning is complete. Travelers managed 1 run in the fourth on 2 hits, stranding 2 as well. We'll go to the fifth. It's the Wranglers 8 and the Travelers 3 on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
National Baseball Hall of Fame member Hank Greenberg worked as the general manager of the Cleveland Indians after his playing days were over with the Detroit Tigers. One off-season, contracts were sent out to all the players on the team for their signatures. Several weeks later, Greenberg received an unsigned contract from one player. He sent a telegram to the player that said, "In your haste to accept the terms, you forgot to sign the contract." A telegram from the player arrived the next day. It read, "In your haste to give me a raise, you put in the wrong figures." I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the Church of Rock Creek. We remember today, in all your relationships, your perspective changes the way you look at life.
The Church at Rock Creek has 4 weekend services. Worship times are Sunday mornings at 8 a.m., 9:30 a.m., and 11 a.m., and Monday night at 7 p.m. For more information, call 225-8684 or look on the web at www.churchatrockcreek.org.
You are witnessing some intense pain here, folks. Throbbing muscles, swollen joints. This is pure torture. We're talking total body suffering. Not even the internal organs are...
Bob, the game hasn't started yet.
Game? I'm talking about me.
Don't let orthopedic discomfort interrupt your life. Learn to manage it with Baptist Health in Ortho, Arkansas, the state's leaders in orthopedic medicine. To reach a specialist or for more information, call Baptist Health Helpline at 227-8478 and get back in the game.
Oh, I can feel that hit up here.
Complete heading into the top of the fifth. Wichita in front 8-3, although the Travs are out hitting the Wranglers 5-4. Kila Ka'aihue leads off the fifth for Wichita against right-hander Michel Simard. Simard giving up 3 runs in the 4th inning of his own after Chris Hunter was relieved. It'll be Ka'aihue, followed by Sinrizo and Lubanski. Simard misses outside with his first pitch, and it's 1-0. Ka'aihue has walked, scored a run, and struck out today. Left-hand batter, and here's Simard's 1-0. It is a fastball over the outside corner, strike 1. American League scores one final, comes from Toronto. Gustavo Chacin makes his 4th win, and the Jays beat the Orioles 7-3. Here's the 1-1 from Simard, and Ka'aihue smacks a curveball foul along the first base line, and it's strike 2. Other scores: Cleveland outside with Boston 5-5 in the 7th. David Ortiz hit number 9 on the year. Ben Broussard hit his 2nd. The Yankees about to finish off Tampa Bay. They're in the 8th, 8-1 New York. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ka'aihue. Simard delivers a fastball under the knees, 2-2. Oakland and Texas, top of the 6th at Arlington. Rangers leading 5-2. 3 Texas homers: Kevin Mench, Hank Blaylock, and Phil Nevin. The 2-2 pitch from Simard is popped up on the infield behind the mound. It's the shortstop Wood settling underneath it and back to second base, and he makes the catch for the out. 1 gone. Minnesota and the Royals, 0-0 in the 4th. Angels will be starting against the Tigers in about 15 minutes. And then the White Sox visit Seattle tonight. Vasquez and Pinheiro, the starters. The batter is Juan Sinrizo. First pitch at the knees, and Simard starts him with a strike. Sinrizo, who was 2 for his first 10 as a Wichita Wrangler, cranked a 3-run homer in the 2nd, and the Wranglers haven't looked back since. The 0-1 is smacked on a liner towards shallow right. Coming in is Espedo to make the catch. Nice grab by Jason Espedo, retiring Sinrizo. 2 outs in the 5th inning, bringing Lubanski up. Lubanski's turned into a pretty tough out. 2 for 2 today. A double, a single, a run scored. 8 hits in 20 at-bats in the series. Left-hand batter, base is empty, 2 outs. And Simard misses outside with the first pitch. Ball 1. 8-3 Wichita. Wranglers trying to close this series against the Travs and take 3 of 5. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner to Lubanski, 1-1. One pitch. A strike at the outside corner, 1-2. Simard trying to get through this 5th inning, make it a perfect inning. 1-2 to Lubanski is popped into the third base bleachers. And that settles just over the last row on the bleachers into the pitching patio, and it's still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wranglers get an off day tomorrow. They start a 4-game set at home with Midland on Thursday. Another 1-2, a curveball popped out of play again. That'll settle on the third base roof. Starting tomorrow are the intra-division series. Travs take on San Antonio. Springfield will be in Corpus. Tulsa has Frisco, Midland, and Wichita. 1-2 to Lubanski. Curveball, caught him looking. Nice pitch by Simard. And he pitches a perfect 5th inning and racks up his first strikeout of the game in the process. Halfway through this game, Wichita comfortably in front, 8-3 over the Travs. This is Traveler Baseball on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
You know, to become the best barbecue restaurant in Little Rock, it takes dedicated people like us here at the Pig and Tick that are willing to wake up with the pigs to make sure that we bring home the best of the best in them hogs. No, it's not the job for everyone, but you got to do what you got to do to make sure that every day is the best dang hog day ever. And here at the Pig and Tick, it's always the best. We slow cook our barbecues daily, making sure that it's lit, hugging good. Heck, we're known as the Great American Barbecue House here in Little Rock. We're also known around these parts as having the best dang catfish anywhere. So no matter what you're in the mood for, ribs, catfish, chicken, here at Pig and Chick, you'll always get the best meal in town. So come join us for lunch, dinner, or even let us cater your next event. Here at Pig and Chick, we take catering seriously, and we're going to make sure that your event is a huge success.
Pig in or pig out at Pig and Chick, located at 7824 JFK in Sherwood. Call us for takeout at 834-5456. And it's the same number for catering, 834-5456. Here at Pig and Chick, people start pigging out at 10:30 a.m. daily and don't stop till 9 p.m. Oh, by the way, did I mention the catfish?
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Back at Raywinder Field, halfway through this one, bottom of the fifth, Wichita leading 8-3. The Wranglers have brought out a new pitcher. Juan Cedeno lasts only 4 innings, throwing 87 pitches in the process. So Cedeno, even though he leaves the game with his team in front, Cedeno gets a no decision. They turn to Ryan Braun. Call to the bullpen brought to you by AT&T. Go online to ATT.com and check out their amazingly low price for blazing fast, high-speed internet. Just order today and get your high-speed internet at a dial-up price online at ATT.com. 8-3 Wranglers lead. Travelers out hitting them 5-4. It's Ryan Braun to pitch to Brandon Wood, Matt Brown, and Mike Elworth. Wood first. He homered and walked today. Braun starts him off with a fastball pretty far down low, ball 1. So Cedeno, 5 hits in 4 innings, 2 walks, and a hit batter. He allowed 3 runs. A 1-0 to Wood is low again, ball 2. Cedeno also threw a wild pitch. He gave up 1 home run. Struck out 3 batters, but a subpar performance as Cedeno just worked way too deep into the count. 2 balls, no strikes on Wood. And the pitch on the way from Braun. It is up high, ball 3. Ryan Braun is making his 6th appearance. No wins, 3 losses, all out of the pen. 6.14 ERA. A 3-0 to Wood, and it's right down the middle for a strike. Got a little bit of rain falling now, just a little bit. It's enough to get the fans out of the first few rows underneath the roof. 3-1 pitch to Wood is swung on and laced towards the gap in right center for a base hit, but Lebansky cuts it off and keeps Wood to a leadoff single. For Wood, it's his 2nd hit of the game. He's 2 for 2, and now Matt Brown comes up. Third baseman Matt Brown. Brown coming up for the Travs. Brown is struck out and lined out to left field. Well, the tarp crew is ready to go. They've got to bring that tarp onto the field. But again, it's just a intermittent drop. Nothing very steady. Just a slight drizzle for the moment. They're over to first base by Cedeno, and Wood is back in. Well, the temperature has dropped. It is 64 degrees right now. Pressure is rising. Humidity at 79%. We do have a chance of isolated thunderstorms, and it looks like one might be just north of town. First pitch, swing and a miss. Brown late on the fastball, and it is 0-1. So the numbers on Braun, 9 hits and 7 in the 3rd inning, surrendering 2 homers, 5 walks, but 9 strikeouts. He is a power pitcher. 0-1 to Brown. Taps his dime on the plate. Wood leads off, a short lead. Here's the 0-1. A check swing, but a strike called over the outside corner. 0-2 on Matt Brown. Takes a good long look at the sign from Matt Tupman. The right-hander is ready. Here's the pitch to Brown. He hit him. Got him on the left shoulder. And it was up around his chin. Brown tosses aside his shin guard. He's now beginning to walk down the first base line. He did have a couple of glances over the pitcher, Braun. We have 2 teams right now who are a little bit touchy at each other. You would not expect Braun to be throwing at anybody with a 2-strike count, trying to hold on to a lead at this point, and now the rain is starting to come down much harder. Umpire's going to let us continue to play. Mike Elward stands in. He is doubled and flat out to right field. Braun from the stretch. The pitch is on the way, and Elward takes it inside, 1-0. It's going to be a little sprinkle here, folks. It's not going to be enough to cancel this game or stop it. If we do have a delay, we'd imagine it'd be a short one. As of now, this is just keeping the dusty field settled. 1-0 to Elward on the way, and it's a curve for strike one. Nice pitch there by Ryan Braun. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wind is blowing the rain into the pitcher's eyes. And Braun is ready with a count of 1-1. Kick in the pitch, and another breaking ball, and he fooled Elward for strike 2. Trav's bullpen mound getting covered. Elward waiting for the 1-2, and here it is. Fastball lined the other way, a base hit into right field. Over to third base is Wood. They put on the stop sign as the throw comes all the way to the plate. The bases are loaded here in the 5th inning with nobody out for David Gates. Boy, Braun tried to sneak that fastball by Elward after fooling him with a couple of breaking pitches, but then that fastball, Elward was right on top of it. Drilled it into right field for the Travs' 7th hit. Rain is already started to slow down a little bit. It's already reached its apex. It's coming down hard for about 20 seconds, 30 seconds, but it's already starting to slow down. Great smell this time of year when you get rain coming down. Boy, it just has that great sense of spring. Feels like baseball. Larry Carter on the pitcher's mound challenging Ryan Braun right now. Hey, what do you know? The rain is almost completely stopped. The inning began with the Wranglers up by 5. They're still leading by 5, but the lead is now in jeopardy. The Travs have loaded the bases with nobody out. David Gates called into the batter's box. Gates left a runner on base, grounding out of the 1st inning, and then was hit by a pitch in the 4th, and eventually came around to score. Here's a chance to get the Travs right back into this one. Here's a pitch from Braun, and a swing and a miss and a high fastball, and it's 0-1 on Gates. Gates, with only 1 RBI this year, came on a home run. The 0-1 pitch. A fastball, swing and a miss, strike 2. Gates is putting some big rips on these fastballs. Yes, he is a fastball hitter. Even just a fly ball will bring a run in. They're playing for 2 on the infield all across. Gates steps out of the box. Braun will go for the strikeout here. Gates has whiffed 10 times in 9 games. Braun, 9 strikeouts, 8 innings. Into the stretch is the right-hander. Here's the 0-2, and the curveball is low, and Gates took a close one there. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Gates. Wood at third, Brown at second, Elward at first. No out. Travs down by 5. They trailed by 6 back in the 4th inning. The 1-2 to Gates. Swing and a miss as Braun snapped the curveball and records his first out of the 5th inning with a strikeout. Now it'll be Greg Porter coming up. Porter in the throes of a 1 for 16 slump. And still looking for his first base hit of the series. 0 for 9 in the series against Wichita. Second chance for Greg with the bases loaded this year. And 0 for 1 in such situations. 1 out, left-hand batter against the right-hand pitcher. Thrown to the plate. Porter takes it outside. A fastball. 1 ball, no strike. Porter is struck out and taps the mound today. 0 for 2. Wranglers lead by 5. Tying runs on deck for the Traps. Here's the 1-0 to Porter. The curveball, and that's under the knees. 2 balls, no strike. Big breaking ball there by Braun. Porter wanted no part of it. Well, it's a 2-0 count to Porter with the bases loaded. You got to imagine Braun, who trusts his fastball, will be coming with a fastball here. Right-hander ready. The 2-0 pitch is a curveball, and it's good for strike 1. So Braun went to the breaking pitch instead. Now the 2-1 to Porter. Fastball, swing and a miss. And Greg was way behind it. 2-2. Boy, if Braun could throw more strikes with his breaking pitch, he would be a very difficult pitcher to hit. 2-2 to Porter. And the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He struck out swinging on a breaking ball, and Ryan Braun has struck out David Gates and Greg Porter after loading the bases with nobody out. So it'll be Brent Del Chiaro or bust. Del Chiaro, a strikeout in the second, reaching on an infield single in the fourth. You just get the feeling like the game almost hangs on this at-bat alone. Either the Travs get back into it on this at-bat, or it's going to be tough sailing the rest of the way. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Del Chiaro has 3 hits on the season, 2 infield singles and a homer. A fastball from Braun missing up high. Del Chiaro checked the swing and did hold back. 1 ball, no strike. Del Chiaro, who's never hit above 200 with the Travs, he comes up with big hits on occasion. How about now? The 1-0. Swung on, pops back this way. Out of play, and it's 1-1. Braun in his first inning of work. And it's an inning that would make you grind your teeth all the way down. Del Chiaro waiting. Here's Braun's 1-1. A curveball, missed low, 2 balls, 1 strike. Haven't seen anything off speed from Ryan Braun. Everything hard. Hard curve, hard fastball. Back into the plate, Del Chiaro. Outfield and infield straight away. The 2-1 pitch. He swings and chops off the plate towards third. Gordon off the line, flips to second to complete the inning. And the Travelers waste a golden opportunity in the 5th. They had the bases loaded with nobody out, managed not to score. 2 hits and 3 runners left on base. They could live to regret that one later on. 5 innings complete going into the 6th now. Wichita 8, Arkansas 3. This is Travs Baseball on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
At Gary Eubanks and Associates, you've heard us talk about what we bring to the table. You ask what that means to you. Well, these verdicts and settlements are real results we've achieved for our clients, as large as $19 million for one case. While facts differ and results vary on each case, you should put this experience on your side. Insurance companies notice, and that creates settlement. And remember, at Gary Eubanks and Associates, we'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard. Cashback, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For limited time, we'll give you 1,000 reward points, and you'll get a low 6.9% annual percentage rate for the life of balance transfers. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at aspu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Into the sixth inning we go at Ray Winder Field on a cloudy night with just a little bit of mist now falling from the skies. Travs having a tough go of it today, trailing 8-3 against the Wichita Wranglers. Travs heading out of town right after the game today, and this is a 10-game homestand. This is the 10th game. The Travelers are 2-7 over this homestand and in danger of falling to 2-8 here at Ray Winder Field. Travs season started with a good-looking 6-3 road trip, but this homestand has been not exactly what the team was hoping for. Here in the top of the sixth inning, Michel Simard is back on the mound, his second inning of work. He'll face Matt Tupman, Ángel Sánchez, and Donnie Murphy. First, it's Tupman, the number 9 batter, who walked and scored against Chris Hunter back in the fourth. Simard begins the inning with ball 1 under the knees. Tupman grounded out in the second inning. He is 6 for 13 in the series. The 1-0 pitch to him is hit up the middle and past Rodlin into center field. And once again, Matt Tupman is aboard against the Arkansas Travelers. Tupman with an on-base percentage against the Travs this year of over 60%. About every 10 times he comes to the plate against the Travs, he makes it on base 6 times. And he's actually passed that pace today. Been on base twice out of 3 plate appearances. Base hit number 5 for Wichita, taking them to the top of the order. Ángel Sánchez, who's been hit by a pitch and grounded out twice. Right-hand batter, pitch on the way. Slider for a strike from Simard on the outside corner. Our matchups in San Antonio. Remember, the San Antonio Missions have the second worst record in the league. Only Wichita has a worse record. 0-1 pitch is popped out of play by Sanchez, and that is over the Arkansas bullpen, strike 2. Jesse Smith is set to pitch tomorrow. Smith had a scoreless inning on Sunday after pitching just 1 inning in a start on Friday. And Smith will be taking on left-hander Ryan Braun. He's 0-1 with a .587 ERA. That's tomorrow night, 7:05 first pitch at San Antonio. An 0-2 pitch on the way, and it's low and outside to Sanchez, ball 1. Thursday, April 27th, also 7:05, Daniel Davidson, still looking for his first win, will take on Travis Blackley. Blackley, former Texas League All-Star, missed all of last year with an elbow injury. The 1-2 is outside. Sanchez let the slider go by, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Friday's game at San Antonio features James Holcomb of the Travs, who may have had the most impressive starting performances with Travelers started this year, setting down 15 in a row on Sunday. A 2-2 count, the pitch on the way from Simard, and outside again. Sanchez taking 3 out of the strike zone in a row. The count is now full. Yorman Bizzardo pitching on Friday for San Antonio. Right-hander, 1-1, 3.91 ERA. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Simard to the plate. Tupman running, and the pitch is hit high by Sanchez to right field. But Espino has room. He stops 10 feet in front of the track and makes the catch for out number 1. Quickly back to first goes Tupman. Here's Donnie Murphy. Travs close out the series with San Antonio Saturday with first pitch at 7:05. Rafael Rodriguez pitching against Jason McIntosh. The batter's Donnie Murphy. He's 0 for 2. And Simard blows a fastball by him as Murphy waves and misses for strike 1. The Wranglers still comfortably in front 8-3. Travs had a 2-0 lead following the first inning, but it's been all Wichita since. They're 8-run 6 coming on the homer. Count 0-1. Simard goes to first base checking on Tupman, but he's safe. Travelers, meanwhile, had a golden opportunity to get back into the game in the 5th inning, loaded the bases with no out, but could not score against Ryan Braun. Simard tries the breaking ball, and it misses low and away to Murphy, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Murphy's hit into a double play. He is fly to right field, was hit by a pitch in the 4th and scored on the front end of Butler's 3-run homer. Simard is ready. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it is popped up very high into medium depth center field. Dwayne Bacon 2 steps towards his left to put it away for the second out, and that'll bring up Alex Gordon. Gordon may have had the biggest at-bat of the game, and he did not collect a hit on it. With 2 outs in the 4th inning, he came to the plate with a couple of men on base. 2 outs, hit a ground ball that Eric Roblin fielded, but as he tried to transfer into his throwing hand, fumbled the ball away and threw it into the dirt for a 2-run error, and then Butler followed with a 3-run homer to break the game open. Simard delivers to Gordon, a strike on the outside corner. Looks pretty strong with the breaking pitch. It's 0-1. Gordon today is hit back to the mound, fly to left, and reached on that error. He's 0 for 3. Stretch in the 0-1 pitch, and that is low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike on Gordon. 8-3 Wichita. Top of inning number 6. This is kind of the rubber game of this series. Each team is 1-2. 1-1 from Simard is the curveball, and it hits the outside corner. Strike 2 called. 1 ball, 2 strikes from Simard to Gordon. Gordon, tough hitter, but Simard, as of now, hasn't fooled a little bit. Trying to get us into the bottom of the 6th. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it is slowly rolled towards third. Tough play for Braun. Gloves it, stumbles, throws. Safe at first is Gordon. Braun put everything he had into that play, charging it from third base and stumbling, I believe, on one of the many patches of dirt on the infield grass. And that may have cost him the out. He hit double clutch. A darn close play at first base. Could have gone either way. Call it an infield single for Gordon. Over to second base is Tupman. And now it's Billy Butler coming up to the plate. Butler is 1 for 2. Fly to left in the second. Walked in the third. And drilled that 3-run homer in the 4th inning to dead center field. Butler in this series has 9 hits, 4 of them home runs. He's driven in 8 in a one-man wrecking crew. And here is the big right-hander standing in. 2 on, 2 out. Wranglers ahead by 5. DeMar delivers, and Butler takes it away, ball 1. So it's the second inning that Gordon has helped an inning stay on by not even hitting a ball out of the infield. Well, that's something that his speed is able to do. 1-0 to Butler. DeMar tried the low outside corner but missed with a fastball, and it's 2-0. Dangerous pitch coming up here to Butler. If he's sitting on anything and gets what he's looking for, he can kill it. It's a 2-0 pitch, and it is a strike around the letters, and Butler didn't want anything to do with that pitch. 2-1. Simard leaning in, ball behind his back. First here at Double-A. Tough spot here. The 2-1 to Butler. Swing and a miss. Left the breaking ball into the zone and got away with it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Simard rubbing up the ball behind the pitcher's mound. He's got all the feeling back after getting hit by the comebacker against the first man he faced. Leaning in, trying to finish this 6th inning. Simard is ready to kick the 2-2. Line drive, deep right field by Butler. It's going to go on the top of the fence. Here comes Tupman around third. Over to third goes Gordon. Butler will have to hold at first base with an RBI single, and his huge series continues. His 4th RBI of the game and his 9th of the series, and Wichita back to a 6-run lead, 9-3. Billy Butler continues to pound the ball. On a 2-2 count, hit one off the top of the right field fence. Give it a couple of more feet, it would have been a home run. 9 runs on 7 hits by Wichita. They've only stranded 3 men on the bases so far. They've really done just about everything they can with the opportunities they've been afforded. So, men of the corners, 2 outs. Maier, the batter. First pitch is in the dirt, rolls off to the right side. Del Chiaro able to get to it. Coming from third is Gordon, and he slides in head first ahead of Samard's tag. And that makes it 10-3. Gordon even hesitated from third base, and Samard was late covering at the plate. Over to second base goes Butler on the wild pitch. Now this game has really gotten out of hand. 10-3, 7-run cushion for Wichita. 2 runs are home here in the 6th inning, all after 2 outs. A single off the wall for Butler, the wild pitch. And this inning getting uglier by the moment. Maier is 0 for 1. He's walked twice, grounded out once. Count is 1-0. Here's a pitch to him, and it's up high from Samard. It's ball 2, 2-0. Here is a right-hander getting ready in the Traveler pen. It is Rich Thompson getting loose. And hopefully you don't have to go to Rich here in the 6th inning. The 2-0 count to Maier. Samard throws it, and that is a strike at the letters, and it's 2-1. Thanks to plate umpire Rosen gave him a little help there. Two balls, 1 strike. Pitch on the way to Maier. Slider stayed high. Ball 3. Chris Hunter started the game for the Travs. Lasted just 3 in the 3rd, giving up 5 runs on 5 walks and 3 hits. And now Samard in his 3rd inning of work. Well, he's allowed 5 runs. 4 hits. The 3-1 pitch is roped into right field for another base hit. Espedo is up with it. Here comes Butler around third. The throw is almost cut off by Porter. He tried to reach out, and he just did nothing but just slow the ball down. Really didn't have a chance to get Butler at the plate anyway, so the RBI single by Maier makes it 11-3. And the wheels on the bus go round and round here in the 6th inning. So Maier collects his 18th RBI. This is going to be it for Samard. Out of the dugout is Tyrone Boykin. Traveler manager is going to go to Rich Thompson, who's only been warming up for the last couple of minutes. Unfortunately, it's another call to the bullpen brought to you by AT&T. AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet, AT&T Dish Network satellite television, voice services, and Singular Wireless. 4 great services, all from one place. The new AT&T. Your world delivered. The new Traveler pitcher is Rich Thompson. We'll tell you about him after a 60-second break. The Travs are trailing 11-3. This is Little Rock ESPN 1380.
Kirk Woolsey, we happen to know that you are the world's worst backseat driver, which means, Kirk, that you like to be in control. So check out ATT.com. You can see all our best deals, like 12 months of true high-speed internet for just $12.99 a month when you order online. If you switch from your old cable company, you even get 3 months free. And with AT&T Account Manager, you can see your account activity, add services, and pay your bills online, all in one place. So that's Kirk's world. For everybody who's not Kirk, if ATT.com can deliver online control to him, it can do the same for you. Switch to the new AT&T at ATT.com, and you'll be in the driver's seat, as long as you're not riding with Kirk. SBC is now the new AT&T. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxes, other charges, and federal notice will cover cost recovery fee extra. High-speed internet will credit applied after 3 months paid service and excludes FUSF cost recovery and other fees. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-416-6471 toll-free or visit att.com/offer details. Not available in all areas.
The call to the bullpen is complete. Brought to you by AT&T. Your world delivered. And the new pitcher is Rich Thompson here in the 6th inning. He inherits 1 man on base. That's Mitch Maier. There are 2 outs. Michel Samard worked 2 1/3 innings, surrendering 5 base hits, and so far 6 runs. Of those 6 runs, 3 are earned for the moment. He is still responsible for Maier, the man at first. Samard walked nobody, but he did hit 1 batter, threw 1 wild pitch, struck out 1, allowed a home run, And it's an 11-3 Wichita lead. So the Wranglers have blown the game open really 2 times. Had an 8-2 lead after the top of the 4th, and now they've got their biggest lead of the day at 11-3. So it is Thompson for the time being. Rich, the native of Sydney, Australia, making his 6th appearance, his record 1-0, and a .365 earned run average. It'll be Kila Ka'aihue standing in with Maier, the runner at first. Ka'aihue has walked, struck out, and popped up today, and Thompson comes home to him with a fastball over the outside corner for strike 1. Travelers suffering today from a lack of quality pitching, poor timing with an error, and no clutch hitting. An 0-1 to Ka'aihue, and it's outside, ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Wichita certainly deserves some credit for the way they have hit the ball and taken advantage of Traveler mistakes, and also Ryan Braun did a nice job getting out of a jam in the 5th. 1-1 to Ka'aihue is low, ball 2, 2-1. Not the kind of getaway day you're looking for. On getaway day, you want to win and then take a 10-hour bus ride. A loss of a 10-hour bus ride is a little painful. 2-1 to Ka'aihue, and it's up high from Thompson, 3-1. Thompson has walked 7 in 12 1/3 innings to go along with 7 strikeouts, 9 hits, and 5 runs. The 3-1 to Ka'aihue is a fastball under the knees, ball 4. Second time Ka'aihue's taken a free base. Traveler pitchers today have walked 6, hit 2 others. That's 8 batters they put on base themselves. So Wichita has had 16 base runners, make it 17 counting the error. There's been 8 hits, 6 walks, 2 hit batters, and 1 error. Juan Senrizo standing in. He is the 7th batter to hit in the inning. Pardon me, the 8th man to hit in the inning. He is homered, grounded out and lined out, driven in 3 and scored 1. Pitch on the way. Senrizo bent out of the way of a curve, but it was in there for strike 1 from Thompson. Maier, the runner at second. He is the responsibility of Michel Simard. Ka'aihue at first. Belongs to Thompson. Rich comes home in 0-1, and Senrizo takes a slider for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. From Thompson to Senrizo as Rich tries to stem the bleeding and keep this one in an 8-run deficit. I wouldn't say it's in range, but stranger things have happened. Travs have come back from down by 6 this year. 0-2 pitch. Senrizo swings and misses and strikes out on a slider, and the 6th inning is over. For the Wranglers, 3 runs on 4 base hits. They did not commit an error. They strand 2. And we'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Travelers down 11-3 on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now, Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discount you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Norfolk, Illinois.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Leading on the Travelers, right hitter,
We're in the bottom of the sixth inning, and the Travelers in some desperate need of runs. They trail 11-3 against the Wichita Wranglers. And in the bottom of the sixth inning, you start with Jason Espedo against Ryan Braun. Next up will be Dwayne Bacon and then Eric Rodland. Braun pitched in the fifth, low to the bases with 2 hits and a hit batter before he got an out, but then struck out 2 and induced a fielder's choice. Pitch on the way, and Espedo ropes one right to the second baseman. Murphy reaches up to make the catch, and that's out number 1. This seems to be the way the ball is bouncing today. Not much luck for the Travs, and hopefully things will get better tomorrow if they don't get better today. Standing in is Dwayne Bacon. Trav center fielder has doubled and scored, grounded out, and flied to right field. It's on the way from Braun. And Bacon took it on the outside corner. It's called strike. Bacon now batting from the left side for the first time today. 0-1 pitch on the way from Braun. And that's high and outside. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Let's check the Texas League scores on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. We had a final earlier today from Springfield. The Cardinals jumped over Tulsa 5-4. It's a 1-1 to Bacon, and it just missed a slider, and it's 2-1. Springfield now 2 games in front of the Drillers for first place in the North. Cardinals 13-6. They've won their last 3 and won 3 of 5 from the Drillers. The 2-1, and it's a drag bunt. For the first of the pitcher able to field it, and Braun will tag out Bacon right along the baseline. 1 unassisted, 2 outs. Here comes Eric Rodland. San Antonio just finished a 5-run rally in the 7th, and the Missions now lead at Midland 6-5 in the 8th. Ryan Snyder going deep for the Rockhounds, his second. San Antonio had lost 9 in a row, but they are 6 outs away from winning their second straight. Corpus Christi tied with Frisco now in the 6th inning, 3-3. And that's getting into the top of the 7th shortly. The batter, Rodland, pitch on the way, and it's high and outside, ball 1. Rodland is 0 for 3, grounding out each time. Someone's been begging for a home run all game long. The 1-0 to Rodland, and it's low, ball 2. You know, while she's been begging for home runs, Wichita has hit 2 of them. How about a single, a single, a single, and a single? I'd take that. Here's a 2-0 to Rodland, and he hits it hard with foul along the third base line. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Too much emphasis on the home run. You know, we would have taken in the 5th inning with the bases loaded and no outs. Contact, a fly ball. That would have worked. Here's a 2-1 to Rodland. He swings and hits it to second base. Murphy on 2 bounces gloves it. The flip to first will end the inning. Sorry, lady, you don't get the home run. Travs go 3 up and 3 down. We go to the top of the 7th inning now, and the Wranglers lead in the Travs by a 12-3 score. This is Little Rock ESPN 1380.
If you're looking for answers from an auto parts store, get ready. Advanced Auto Parts is working harder to help you save money by doing it yourself. Get ready for ASE-certified experts who are ready to help. Get ready for in-depth information from our free do-it-yourself brochures. Get ready for Advanced TV, our exclusive in-store video network that will have you going from no way to knowing how in no time. For all the advice you'll ever need, the first place to go is Advanced Auto Parts. We're ready in advance.
Okay, here you go. The perfect house. So, you ready to put in a bid?
A what?
It's a pretty tight market, and I'd really hate to see you lose out.
It's the first house you've shown us.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Not working with the Century 21 agents. Century 21 agents pledge to keep showing you properties until you're satisfied. Only Century 21 agents offer the Century 21 Service Pledge to help reduce the stress of buying real estate. Century21.com. Real estate for your world.
The Century 21 Pledge is offered by participating offices. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Hi, this is Ken Kincaid. It's Sean Arnell of Conference Call. Join us Monday through Friday right here on ESPN 1380 in Little Rock. All SEC, all the time. Join King Kincaid and me for all the SEC action. If it's SEC, it's on Conference Call. It's Conference Call Monday through Friday from 5 to 8 right here on Little Rock ESPN 1380. You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Winter Field have not been 6 great innings today for the Travs. They trail 11-3. Rich Thompson back on the mound facing Chris Lebansky, and first pitch is outside for a ball. Totals after 6 innings for Wichita: 11 runs on 8 hits, no errors. Wranglers are stranded 5. Lebansky is 2 for 3. Left-hand batter takes one in the dirt. Ball 2. 2-0. Travs totals 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. Travs have had their opportunities. They've stranded 8 today, including 3 in the 5th inning. Lebansky has doubled, singled, struck out, and scored a run. Rich Thompson comes home, and it's low. Ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Traveler pitchers today have walked 7 batters. They've hit 2. Thompson walked a man and struck out a man coming into the game in the 6th. The 3-0 on the way, and Lebansky will take all the way, and it's a strike on the outside corner. Following Lebansky is Matt Tupman, and then Ángel Sánchez at the top of the order. Rich Thompson's 3-1 pitch to Lebansky is outside, a leadoff walk. That's the 8th walk allowed by the Traveler staff today. Traveler's pitching staff don't have the power arms really to get around all the walks. Travs seem to be a pitching staff that rely more on throwing strikes, keeping ball down in the zone, movement, staying ahead of batters. Not a strikeout staff. Tupman the batter. He's 1 for 2, walked, singled, scored twice. First pitch is in there, strike 1. Tupman with 7 hits in 13 at-bats over the series. Left-hander wheeling the bat around. The pitch on the way, and it is low. A slider, 1 ball, 1 strike. Michel Simard's line is complete. 6 runs, 3 of them earned in 2 1/3 innings. Chris Hunter gave up 3 runs. 3 earned runs, 5 total in 3 1/3. Pitch to Tupman. Just missed again low. A slider, 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out here in the 7th. A man aboard. That's Lebansky. Tupman the batter, and Rich Thompson is ready. Here's the pitch. It is a low fastball, and it's 3-1. Night has become very quiet at the ballpark. No more rain, no more mist. 3-1 pitch is drilled into center field. A line drive, Bacon in, now going back, and he makes the catch. But Tupman hits it right at Bacon to bring up Ángel Sánchez. Sánchez still looking for his first hit, although he was hit by the 3rd pitch of the game. He forced out on the front end of a double play, then ground out to 3rd. Ground out to the mound, and fly out to right field, so he's 0 for 3. Brent Del Chiaro, a quick visit with Thompson. Brent will now jog back behind the plate and settle in while Sánchez steps into the batter's box. At first, Lebansky 1 away. Thompson, whose nickname is Chops, comes home with the first pitch and the slider for a strike. Got a good breaking ball. And as long as Rich is able to get it over for a strike, he can be a very effective pitcher. Hits fastball as well. Sometimes struggle with control, but That's to be expected at times. Here's an 0-1 to Sanchez, and it's a fastball, strike 2 called at the knees. Right-hander sets, kicks and delivers the 0-2 to Sanchez, and he taps it towards right field, charging a speedo to make the catch. That's out number 2. Now up to the plate is Donnie Murphy. Murphy hit into a double play in the first, lined to right field in the third. He was hit by a pitch in the fourth, scored, lined out to center in the 6th inning. No one holding Levansky at base now. Pitch on the way, and Murphy swings and misses at a fastball, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, and Thompson leaning in. He takes the sign. Here's the pitch. Fastball, and that missed away, and it's 1-1. We're about to have Take Me Out to the Ball Game performed by a voice who is very familiar throughout town and even here at the ballpark. Mr. New York, going to be singing it New York style. The 1-1 to Murphy, swinging him in. It's on a slider. He even waited for that pitch and swung through it. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count of the batter, Murphy. Of course he roots for the Yankees. Thompson ready. Here's the 1-2. Murphy swings and misses at a high fastball, and the 7th inning is over. For the Wranglers, no runs, no hits, 1 man left. We'll go to the 7th inning stretch, and Wichita leads 11-3 on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Sid Gutierrez had a childhood much like you'd expect growing up in 1960s New Mexico. A lot of sun, a lot of sky, and a lot of dreams about what you might be when you grow up. After school, many of Sid's friends went on to work for local factories and businesses. Some moved away, but none moved as far away as Sid. Sid Gutierrez is recognized as the first Hispanic to pilot a space shuttle, and he's a member of the International Space Hall of Fame. But before he went into space, he went to Webster University. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Here's the wind-up pitch on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Travs game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at Travs.com. Purchase tickets, Travs souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.travs.com.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
7th inning stretch time at Ray Winder Field. That takes us into the bottom of the 7th with Wichita leading 11-3. Wranglers have led this game ever since the 2nd inning, and they had taken a 2-0 deficit thanks to a 2-run homer by Brandon Wood. Juan Rizzo, with the big hit of the game so far, hit a 3-run homer in the 2nd. Wood leads off the 7th against Ryan Braun, who's been strong. He set down the last 6 batters he's faced. Wood's had a good day. He's 2 for 2 with a homer, his 5th, and a single pitched at the knees for a strike from Braun, and the count is 0-1. Wood, Brown, and Elward here in the 7th against Braun. Travs with 7 hits so far, but only 3 runs. It's an 0-1 pitch, and Wood swings and pulls it foul outside third base. Boy, you really get a sense of Brandon Wood's bat speed when he is able to take a fastball that's thrown low and in and pull it. I mean, he pulled it foul. That's how far in front he was. What a quick bat. No balls, 2 strikes. Braun's pitch is on the way. It's the slider, and it missed the inside corner. There's a left-hander getting ready in the Wichita bullpen. That's John Gregg, formerly of UALR. We've only seen Gregg once in this series, and it's been a few days. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Wood. Braun sets, kicks, and delivers. And Wood checks the swing and a curve. It was in the dirt. It will not appeal, and it is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Out to San Antonio next for the Travs. Then out to Corpus Christi. It'll be a while until they see Wichita once again. The 2-2 on the way from Braun. The slider, and it stayed high. Ball 3. Well, the Travs and the Wranglers, they've already seen each other quite a bit. This is the 10th game between the two teams. 10 games between these two teams out of 19 games total. Well, that's seeing them quite a bit. 3-2 to Willard is fouled straight back, but a nice swing on it. It's still 3-2. And the Travs and the Wranglers will see each other next June 15th through the 18th. That'll be the final 4 games of the first half of the season, right before the Texas League All-Star Game presented by Arkansas Federal Credit Union. 3-2 to Wood. Curveball. Didn't check the swing. He went around. So said plate umpire Stanley Rosen. And that's out number 1 of the 7th inning. Here comes Matt Brown. Matt Brown has struck out, lined out to the left, and has been hit by a pitch. Braun having a pretty strong outing. He is the pitcher of record at the moment for Wichita. And Braun works from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Brown, and it's low, ball 1. Travs will be seeing quite a bit of the South Division coming up shortly. In fact, the next 14 games against South Division opponents. San Antonio and Corpus Christi to be exact. 1-0 to Brown, right down the middle, called strike 1. 1-1. The next East Division opponent, North Division opponent, the Travs take on is Tulsa. 5-game series, May 13th through the 16th, including a doubleheader. Pitch to Brown, swing and a miss. Braun with a heavy fastball. 1-2. And the young lady sitting right underneath the press box still looking for that first home run of the night. Well, at least the first one that she's called for. We've had a homer hit by Brandon Wood. And meanwhile, the Wichita Wranglers have pounded out 2. 1-2 to Brown. Swung on, popped out of play over the press box. And we're still at 1-2. Take a look at the Angels game, see if there's any former Travelers in the lineup. Hoping to see either Howie Kendrick or Reggie Willis in the lineup today, and none of them are in there. 1-2 to Brown. Fouled straight back into the screen, and he'll keep it 1-2. Sean Figgins in the lineup. He's at third base for the Angels today. Casey Cotswin batting 7th at first base. Jeff Mathis hitting 8th. And Adam Kennedy in the 9th spot. Another 1-2 pitch to Brown. Curve low, 2-2. Angels brought up Howie Kendrick knowing that really the only position Howie plays is second base. He's going to take some ground balls at third if he needs to play over there. That way he's a little bit familiar with the position. Here's a 2-2 to Brown. Check swing, went across, missed it, strike 3. 4th strikeout for Braun, 2 outs in the 7th. But the Angels have said that, if they need a backup at shortstop for Orlando Cabrera, then they would move Sean Figgins over from third base. In fact, Figgins' original position was short. And a lot of people were expecting that maybe the Angels would have brought up Eric Ibar instead because Ibar can play just about any position on the infield, but the Angels are really looking forward to getting a look at Howie Kendrick's bat and how he hits in the major league. Out to the mound goes Matt Tupman. Tupman, the catcher, speaking with Braun, as Bragg continues to loosen in the bullpen. Wichita Wranglers leading 11-3 over the Travs. Travs in danger of falling a season worst 3 games under 500. Time called by the Wichita bench, and here comes Frank White out of the dugout. He's going to walk to the mound and decides to go to Gragg. So it'll be Gragg to face Mike Elwood after the call to the bullpen. Brought to you by the new AT&T. AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet is blazing fast, and you won't believe the price. Go online at att.com and order your high-speed internet at a dial-up price today. John Gragg Jr., John Gragg III, the new pitcher for Wichita. I'll tell you about him. And the rest of the bottom of the 7th, with Wichita leading 11-3 on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
This is for Laura. Laura, what's up with those CDs you borrowed from Mariana and never gave back, huh? Listen, if you need music, sign up with the new AT&T. Get digital satellite TV so you can watch concerts, and high-speed internet so you can get the music you want fast. And give Mariana her CDs back. All that, plus local and long distance for under $90. So that's Laura's world. For everybody that's not Laura, if we can deliver options to her, we can deliver the right plan for you, too. Digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and local and long distance for under $90. Add Singular Wireless and save even more. Call 1-800-PICK-ATT or visit thenewATT.com today. Oh, and Mariana, you're welcome. SBC, now joined with AT&T, proud sponsor of the 2006 U.S. Olympic team. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxes, other charges, and the Federal Universal Service Cost Recovery Fee Extra. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-270-0397 toll-free or visit att.com/bundle details. Not available in all areas.
Call to the bullpen complete. The new pitcher is John Gregg III. He replaces Ryan Braun. Braun was 2 2/3 innings, surrendering 2 hits, no runs. He hit a batter, struck out 4, and Braun the pitcher of record for Wichita. 11-3, Wranglers leading the Travs. Mike Elwood will stand in against against Gregg, who works from the windup. The lefty comes home, and Elwood takes it low for ball 1. Gregg 5'8" and 170 pounds. The 1-0 to Elwood is at the letters. 1 ball, 1 strike. Elwood a double, a fly to right, and a single. Everything's been going to right field for Elwood today. 2 for 3. The 1-1 is drilled over the shortstop tent for a base hit to left center, and Mike Elwood with a bright spot today. 3 for 4. So Elwood aboard with the Travelers' 8th base hit. Look at that. Each team with 8 hits, yet Wichita leading in the run column by 8. Big difference today. Wichita's pitching staff has walked 2, hit 2. The Travelers' pitching staff today has walked 8 and hit 2 other batters. Gates the batter. It's on the way, and it's inside. Ball 1. David Gates today is grounded out to third base and hit by a pitch and scored and struck out. No one holding Elwood. Here's Gregg, 1-0. Swing and a miss. Gates finishes that cut looking at left field. 1 ball, 1 strike on Gates. Gregg, 0-1 record, an 8.10 earned run average. The pitch is fouled at the plate, and it hit Gator while he's in the batter's box. 1-2. Travs haven't scored a run since the 4th inning. Here's the 1-2 to Gates. Swung on, grounded over the mound, but slowly. Murphy, the second baseman, gobbles it up behind the bag and fires over to first, retiring Gates. 7th inning is complete for the Travs. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. 7 innings are in the books, and Wichita leads 11-3 on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
0 is for the 0 calories.
To stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Ameripride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. Ameripride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an Ameripride consultant. Also specializing in the finest quality table linens, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameripride. Ameripride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
KDXE North Little Rock.
It's the top of the 8th inning now at Little Rock's Ray Winder Field, and Wichita leads 11-3 over the Travs. Here in the 8th inning, Wichita sends Alex Gordon to lead off against Rich Thompson. Gordon followed by Billy Butler and Mitch Maier. Thompson working in his 3rd inning. Throws a first pitch high and outside for ball 1. Gordon has hit to the mound, flied to left, reached on an error, and reached on an infield single. He scored 2 runs. A 1-0 pitch, and that is a curveball for a strike. 1-1. Gordon's last 2 plate appearances have been pretty big ones, although he's done nothing to reach on an error and an infield single. 1-1 pitch, and he popped it up. Shallow left field. Wood backpedaling from shortstop. He's gotten underneath it, and he makes the catch. So Gordon retired for the first time since the 3rd inning. But if he would have been set down in the 4th on that ground ball to Rodlin at second base, then the Wranglers would not have scored the 5 runs that they put up in the 4th inning. It would make this a much tighter game. The Wranglers would be leading 6-3 instead of 11-3. But Gordon also beat out a ground ball to third base in the 6th inning, which kept that inning alive, and that forced home at least a couple more runs later on. Pitch to Butler, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Butler, 4 RBIs today. 2 for 3, including his 4th homer of the series. Thompson's delivery is a slider tight, 1-1. Butler had been struggling coming into this series, but boy, he is busted out. 1-1 pitch on the way. High and inside, Butler forced to back off. A 2-1 count on Butler, 1 away, nobody on in the 8th. Here's Rich's pitch. Change up, bounce over the mound. Wood will get it in front of the bag from short. His throw to first is good for the 2nd out. And Mitch Maier is up next. Maier took a base on balls in each of his first 2 appearances. Scored on the front end of the Wantz and Rizzo 3-run homer in the 2nd inning. Maier also had an RBI single in the 6th. Pitch on the way from Thompson. A little under the knees, ball 1. Maier has 8 hits over the series. He's driven in 5. Thompson's 1-0 is a strike on the inside corner. 1-1. Well, in order for the Travs to, it looks like, pull out victories against a team like Wichita, a team that hits pretty well, you're going to have to score more than 3 runs. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss in front of the Thompson changeup. Strike 2. And more importantly, the walks killing the Travs today. Hit batters haven't helped either. Here's the 1-2 to Maier. He swings, hits a high fly ball to right field towards the gap, but Espedo hustles underneath it and makes the catch. And the 8th inning is complete. Rich Thompson has set down 6 consecutive hitters. So Thompson has rebounded, and maybe the Travs have a few more runs left in them. They trail by 8, 11-3, heading into the bottom of the 8th on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite.
Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Monday. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
2 innings to go here at Ray Winder Field in the bottom of the 8th inning. Wichita comfortably leading by an 11-3 score. And the Travs send Greg Porter to lead off against John Gregg. Gregg throws the first pitch and Porter popped it up towards third base, foul territory. Gordon over to the seats, runs out of room. It is 2 rows deep. Boy, on a busier night at Ray Winder Field with Gordon going belly up into the first row, there would have been a few fans there waiting for him. I'm sure they would have had something very interesting to tell him. 0-1 to Porter, who's 0 for 3 today, and still hitless in the series. He's out in front of Gregg's breaking ball and fouls it at the plate. Strike 2. Bill Edwards getting ready in the Traveler pen. You probably see him for the 9th. As Rich Thompson retired 6 men in a row. Porter 0 for 10 of the series. Gregg comes home with the 0-2. And Gregg hits a fly ball to shallow left field. Butler is there. And Porter is 0 for 4. This will bring up Brent Del Chiaro. Del Chiaro today has struck out, reached with an infield single, and grounded out on a fielder's choice. Del Chiaro stands in, and here's a pitch to him. It is low and away, 1 ball, no strikes. 11 runs on 8 hits for the Wranglers, and the Travs managing 3 runs on 8 hits. Arkansas with the only error of the game. The 1-0 to Del is low, ball 2. Last chance that the Travs really had to get back into the game was in the 5th. They had loaded the bases with nobody out. Failed to bring home a run. Del Chiaro takes a strike on the outside corner. 2-1. Brent was the final batter of that 5th inning after Braun had struck out Gates and Porter. Del Chiaro grounded out to third. The 2-1, swing and a miss. Chase one in the dirt. 2-2. Well, the game started off with a bang for the Travs. A 2-run homer by Brandon Wood gave him an early lead. That lead lasted, well, not even a half inning. The Wranglers have led ever since the top of the 2nd. 2-2, swing and a miss. Struck out on a fastball outside. There's 2 outs in the 8th inning. Here's Jason Espedo. Out of the last 12 batters to come to the plate, only 1 is reached. Espedo is 1 for 2, a walk and an RBI single. Lefty versus lefty. The first pitch hits the outside corner for a called strike. The next pitch on the way, 0-1, and is in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike on Espedo. 5-run 4th inning, a difference maker today for the Wranglers. And they made the most of their chances. Count 1-1. The pitch on the way, and it is low. And the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-one pitch. Popped up over the third base seat. Out of play, 2-2. Edwards continues to warm in the Travs pen. They'll be coming on in the ninth inning. Greg trying to send us into the ninth at the moment as he comes home with a 2-2 to Espino. Inside, almost hit him on the elbow. The count is full. Three-two pitch. Reached out, tapped it over the mound. Charging is the second baseman. Murphy gloves it, but could not find it in his glove. And Jason Espino is safe at first. And the Travelers amazingly now out-hitting Wichita 9-8, but trailing 11-3. So Espino at his second base hit. I mean, Espino is due a few cheap base hits. He's had some very hard-hit grounders and line drives turned into nothing. Bacon the batter, and a pitch from the left-hander Greg is at the knees, strike one. Bacon doubled in the first inning and scored, but since then has grounded out, flied out, and was unable to make it on base on a bunt. No balls, one strike. The pitch on the way, and that's low. 1 ball, 1 strike on Bacon. Wichita leads 11-3 in the bottom of the 8th. Greg sets, comes home. Bacon takes ball 2. High and outside, that fastball missing. 2-1 to the Travelers center fielder. 2-1 pitch. Dwayne tapped it off the end of the bat, and it skitters away towards the first base seat. The foul ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wranglers have played pretty close to a perfect game today. The exception of their starting pitcher, Cedeno. 2-2. Ball 3 to Bacon, high and outside. Cedeno didn't look very sharp. In 4 innings, gave up 3 runs on 5 hits, 2 hit batters. 2 walks and 1 hit batter. Braun was sharp. Drag looks okay. Runner goes. 3-2 pitch. Bacon swings and misses. And the strikeout ends the 8th. For the Travelers, no runs on 1 hit and 1 man left. We'll go to the 9th inning now, and Wichita leads 11-3 on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
0 is for the 0 calories.
To stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller, good call.
Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
8 innings complete. Wichita leading 11-3. The Travs have brought out their 4th pitcher of the night, and it is Bill Edwards, who appears replacing Rich Thompson. Line on Thompson did a fairly good job. 2 1/3 innings for Thompson. He walked 2 of the first 3 men he faced, but then set down the next 6. So no hits for Thompson, no runs. The 2 walks, struck out 2, and all in all, decent performance by Thompson. Passes over to Edwards. Edwards, who is now leading the team with 8 appearances, has 2 wins, no losses, and a 1.93 earned run average. Kila Ka'aihue, Juan Senrizo, and Chris Lebansky are all scheduled to hit. Edwards, right-hander, 6'4", from Memphis, Tennessee. Now going from the windup, and he delivers to the left-handed hitting Ka'aihue, and he rolls one through the right side for a base hit. Ka'aihue with only his third hit of the series and his first of the night. Base hit number 9 for the Wichita Wranglers. So now each team with 9 hits. Then Rizzo will stand in next. He had the biggest hit of the game for the Wranglers. A 3-run homer on an 0-2 slider from Chris Hunter back in the second. That ended up over the Bank of America sign in left field. First pitch on the way, and Rizzo took a curve, strike one. Rizzo's homer took a 2-0 Travs advantage and put the Wranglers in front 3-2, and Wichita has not looked back since. They added to the lead with 5 runs in the fourth, 3 runs in the sixth inning. 0-1 to Rizzo. He's outside for 1 ball and 1 strike. Since the home run, Rizzo has slowed down, rolling out to first, lining to right field, and striking out. 1-1 pitch. Slider in the dirt, blocked by Del Chiar. Runner holds. And it's 2-1 to Rizzo. Bleachers about empty now. There's 2 people out there finishing their beverages, talking on the phone. Ballpark's just about empty right now. The 2-1 pitch on the way, and it is a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hope we see you at the ballpark during the next homestand, May 4th through May the 10th. It's a 2-2 to Rizzo, and Edwards throws a slider. It's ripped over third base. A base hit towards the left field line, but Gates is there to pick it up with a bare hand. Ka'aihue will hold it second on the second hit of the day by Juan Rizzo. He's 2 for 5. Next up is Lubanski. Lubanski has doubled, singled, struck out, and walked, scored 1 run. 2 on, nobody out. Wichita 11, and the Travs 3. Edwards gives a glance at second before throwing. A strike to Lubanski. 0-1. Double play death for the infielders. The 0-1 pitch is coming, and it's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. That first home game of the upcoming home stand, Thursday, May 4th, Pettigene Family Night. Still catching on. New promotion this year, Pettigene Family Night every Thursday home game this season. You get $3 discount tickets just by bringing a receipt or a used wrapper from any Pettigene meat product. It's outside from Edwards. It's 2-1 to Lubanski. In fact, it's a big, meaty night at the ballpark on Thursday, May 4th. Pettigene discount tickets, Lando Frost bingo. 2-1 to Lubanski. Up and inside, 3 balls, 1 strike. The Wranglers a pitch out of the strike zone away from loading the bases with nobody out. Edwards gives a look home, over to second. Here's the 3-1 pitch. It is a strike on the outside corner. The count has come full. Ka'aihue at second, led the inning off with a single to right. Rizzo at first. He followed with a single to left. It's now 3-2 on Lubanski. And Edwards is ready. The pitch. Ball 4. High and inside. And yet another walk from the Traveler pitching staff. That is walk number 9 allowed. Add in the 2-hit batters, and that's 11 men put on base by the Traveler pitching staff without them even having to swing the bat. So the bases loaded with nobody out for Matt Tupman. Tupman's already had 3 chances of the bases loaded this series. Got a 3-run double, a 2-run single. Pitch on the way. Curveball. Strike called, 0-1. Tupman has driven in 7 runs in this series. Today, grounded out to third, walked, singled, line to center. He has scored twice. Edwards throws the 0-1 low, 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. Edwards steps off the mound. We are now past 3 hours on this game. Game has been plodding along. A lot of walks will do that to you. 1 ball, 1 strike to Tupman. Edwards delivers, and it's a slider for a strike, and it's 1-2. Edwards delivers in the dirt, blocked by Del Chiaro. Runners hold. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded of Wranglers. Nobody out in the 9th inning. Wichita's already had 1 big inning, 2 medium-sized innings. And they're looking to supersize it. 2-2 count. Edwards throws it, and it's hit back up the middle. Wood will field it in back of second, steps on the base, throws to first with a double play. But Ka'aihue will score on the play from third, and that makes it 12-3 Wichita. No RBI for Tupman. And the double play goes 6-3. Over to third goes Senrizo. So it'll be man at third, 2 outs for Ángel Sánchez. 9-run lead now for the Wranglers. Here's Sánchez. Sánchez, no hits today. He's 0 for 4. Pitch on the way. Low, ball 1. Sánchez, a right-hand batter. First and second open. 1-0 pitch. Is ball 2, a curveball under the knee. Wasn't the prettiest night when we started this game, and it was getting a little cold. Not a bad night. The scoreboard is all wrong today. 12-3 Wranglers. 2-0 pitch is hit high in the air to left center field. That'll send Gates and Bacon sprinting after it, and it is Gates giving way to Bacon. Bacon reaches out and brings it in. The 9th inning is over, and the Wranglers manage 1 run on 2 base hits. They strand a man at third. And we'll go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Wichita trying to close it out. Wranglers 12, Trav 3. This is Little Rock ESPN 1380.
Back on April 13th, 1932, the Arkansas Travelers opened their brand new ballpark to thousands of breathless spectators. In Ray Winter Field's 74 years as home of the Travs, it's been a breeding ground for big league talent. We've seen young men develop from fledgling minor leaguer to World Series hero and experience the highs of 9 league championships. Almost 9 million fans have spun through its turnstile. It's where we introduced our kids to the great game of baseball. We've brought dates to the bleachers and sat through rain delays with friends. We've grown up and grown older at Ray Winter Field. This is our ballpark. The Travs' new home, Dickey Stevens Park, will be ready by April 2007, and the team's future is bright. But Ray Winter Field has been a part of the fabric of life in Arkansas for 3/4 of a century. During the Travs' 2006 season, it's our chance to say goodbye to an old friend. Call 664-1555 or go to Travs.com.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
It would take a 9-run inning to tie the ball game. 10 would win it for the Travs. They trail 12-3 against the Wichita Wranglers. Runs on 10 hits for Wichita. Travs have answered with 3 runs on 9 hits. John Gregg will try to complete this game for Wichita. No save situation. Ryan Braun, pitcher of record for the Wranglers. who has gone 0-3 to start the season. Leading off is Eric Rodland, followed by Brandon Wood and Matt Brown. Rodland 0 for 4, grounding out each time. It'll be lefty versus lefty. Greg gets the sign, comes home with the first pitch, and it is low for ball 1. We'll check the scores across the majors and the Texas League during the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard and the postgame show as Rodland flies straight away to center. Lebansky's there, and there's one out. So an 0 for 5 effort today for Eric Rodland, and here comes Brandon Wood. There is a left-hander warming up in the Wrangler bullpen. You hope they're not going to go to him here. Oh, the 9-run lead. Woods had a good game, not just at the plate, but in the field. Besides his 2-run homer and a single, Wood has taken part in a double play and been flawless at shortstop. First pitch is low, 1 ball, no strike. Last time Brandon came to the plate, he struck out. Only time he's been retired today, 2 for 3. 1-0 pitch is inside, 2 balls, no strike. Matt Brown on deck for the Trabs. They trail by 9 in the 9th. The 2-0 is inside, ball 3, 3 balls, no strike. Pitch is a strike to the knees, 3-1. Wood waiting, the delivery, swing and a miss. Fastball under his knees, went after it. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away in the 9th inning. Here's Greg's pitch. A swing and a miss, and he came back all the way to strike Wood out. 2 away in the 9th inning. Trabs down to their final out of the homestand. Here's Matt Brown. Well, hopefully the next homestand will go more in the Travelers' favor. There were a couple of very exciting wins in this homestand, but only 2 wins overall. First pitch is a strike, 0-1. Brown trying for a little bright spot on his day. He's 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. 0-1 pitch, outside, 1-1. Wranglers have been impressive today. 12 runs on 10 hits, 2 homers. 1-1 to Brown, a high fly ball, well hit into right center field. May have a shot. Maier at the wall, leaps up and couldn't catch it. It hit the fence, and Brown will coast into second with a stand-up double. Well, Maier tried to make a spectacular grab to end this series. Came close to it, but instead Brown with his 7th double of the year. So this one ain't over yet. Mike Elward standing in, and Elward will try for a 4-hit game. Mike is 3 for 4 with a double and 2 singles. He was retired on a fly to right field in the 3rd. Rag starts with a fastball under the knees, 1-0. Each team now with 10 hits. Wranglers leading 12-3, however. The 1-0 to Elward is ball 2, missing low and inside. It's 2-0. I'm kind of surprised to see Greg start out 2-0 on Elward with 1 out to go. The next pitch also missed, high and away, ball 3. And what would Greg be doing in this situation if this was a 1-run game and he can't throw strikes to a batter in a 9-run game? 3-0 pitch. Ball 4 under the knees. None of them were even that close. Here comes David Gates. When Gates stepped to the plate in the 5th inning, he had the bases loaded with nobody out. Had a chance to get the Travs right back into the game. They'd been trailing at that point 8-3. But Gates struck out. Greg Porter then struck out, and Del Chiaro left the bases loaded, bouncing out to 3rd. 2 on, 2 out of the bottom of the 9th inning. 12-3, Wichita over Arkansas. John Gregg laboring here in the last inning. He can't find the sign. Steps off. Gates 0 for 3. Strikeout, 2 groundouts. He's been hit by a pitch and scored. First offering is low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Greg looking over the glove for the sign. Gets it. The 1-0 to Gates. Inside, and it's 2-0. He's missed with the last 6 pitches. Two balls, no strikes. Porter waiting on deck. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss by Gates. Gator continues to never get cheated at the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike, and Greg steps off. Tupman walks out to the mound. The game keeps going and going and going. This one's never going to stop. Both teams have rather long bus rides right after this one. Trav's going 10 hours down to San Antonio. Wichita 7 hours back to Kansas. Get this 9th inning seemingly lasting forever. Back to action. 2-1 to Gates. Swung on. Ground ball to third. Gordon is up with it. He'll flip over to second. Force out of Elwood ends the game. And Wichita pulls out the victory. The Wranglers win it 12-3, and Wichita wins the series, winning 3 of 5. So the homestand ends on a very disappointing note with the most lopsided loss of the season. The Travelers fall to 8-11. Wichita ups their record to 6-13. 12-3 the final. We'll have the totals and the recap coming up next on your Allstate Insurance postgame report. This has been Travelers Baseball on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with Deductible Reward. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible rewards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller, good call.
Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
It's time now for the Allstate Insurance post-game show. Once again, here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Phil Elson.
From Raywinder Field in Little Rock, Arkansas, Phil Elson with you for the Allstate Insurance post-game report. Travelers fall today 12-3 to the Wichita Wranglers, and Wichita takes 3 of 5 games in the series. The Wranglers have now the record of 6-13, while the Travs fall to 8-11. Travs currently 5 games out of first. Wichita remains 7 games back. Here are the official final totals. Wichita scored 12 runs on 10 hits with no errors. Wranglers stranded 7. Travs totals are 3 runs on 10 hits, 1 error, and the Travs stranded 12. The winning pitcher is Ryan Braun, and his record is 1-3. Loss goes to Chris Hunter. He falls to 1-2. Time of game, 3 hours and 14 minutes, and the paid attendance was 2,414. Recapping the game, and jumped out quickly for the Travs today. Dwayne Bacon lead-off double in the first off Juan Cedeno, and Brandon Wood hit a 2-run homer over the interstate. Travs on Wood's 5th home run of the season had a 2-0 lead, but that lead did not last long as Chris Hunter struggled in the second inning, walking back-to-back batters with 1 out, and then Juan Rizzo takes an 0-2 hanging slider and lines it over the left field fence. His first home run as a Wichita Wrangler. That gave the Wranglers a 3-2 lead. It was a lead they would never relinquish. Wichita went further in front in the 4th inning against Hunter. A 1-out single by Chris Lebansky, followed by a 4-pitch walk to Matt Tupman. Hunter left the game after 5 walks, 1 hit batter, and 3 hits in 3 1/3 innings. Michel Simard entered the game from the bullpen. He got an out on a comebacker 1-5-3, but then hit Donnie Murphy with a pitch, bringing up Alex Gordon. It looked like Simard would get out of the inning when Gordon hit a slow ground ball to the second baseman Eric Rodlin, but Rodlin had some trouble getting the ball out of his glove. As he threw to first base, it was into the dirt. That got by Greg Porter, who had no chance to make the play, and a 2-run scored on the play. And then the very next batter, Billy Butler, drills a 2-2 pitch over the center field fence, a 3-run homer, Butler's 4th home run of the series, and that capped the inning, 5 runs on only 2 hits in the inning for the Wranglers. Wichita at that point had an 8-2 lead. Travelers tallied their final run in the bottom of the 4th. David Gates hit by a pitch to start the frame from Cedeno. He threw a wild pitch, giving Gates second base. Went to third on an infield single by Brentel Chiaro, and Jason Espedo scored Gates with a base hit to left field. Travs had a chance to get back into the game in the 5th against Ryan Braun. They loaded the bases before he recorded an out. Brandon Wood a single, Matt Brown hit by a pitch, and Mike Elward stroked a 2-strike single, loading the bases for David Gates. But Braun struck out Gates on 4 pitches, got Greg Porter to strike out on 6 pitches, and then Brentel Chiaro was the final batter of the inning, tapping out to third, and then the Wranglers put the game away with a 3-run rally in the 6th inning against Simard, a leadoff single by Matt Tupman, 2-out infield single by Gordon to third base, beating the throw, and then a base hit off the right field wall by Billy Butler, bringing home 1 run. A wild pitch would score another run, and they capped it with a 2-out RBI single by Mitch Maier to right field, bringing home the 3rd run. Wichita would tack on another tally in the 9th against Bill Edwards, and so that was the final score. Wichita 12 and Arkansas 3. Ryan Braun the winner, 1 win, 3 losses. Chris Hunter takes the loss. He is 1-2. Coming up next on the Allstate Insurance postgame report, scores from the Texas and the Major Leagues on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better, all because 2 great companies that you know and trust, have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SBC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with products and services to keep you connected to work, home, to life. Introducing the new AT&T, your world delivered.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
The other scores across the Texas League and the majors on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Afternoon baseball in Springfield, and the Cardinals won their 3rd straight, beating Tulsa 5-4. Mike Parisi picks up his 2nd win against no losses. Gentry Beckstead took the loss. He's 1-1. Mark Burrell saved his 4th. Ian Stewart hit the game's only homer. The Drillers' 3rd baseman hit his 2nd of the year. That'll give Springfield a 2-game lead in the North over Tulsa. Travelers in 3rd place, 5 games back, and Wichita is in last place, 7 games out. In the South Division, the Midland Rockhounds with a comeback victory over San Antonio, 9-8. The Missions had themselves a lead by 6-5 going into the bottom of the 7th inning, thanks to a 5-run rally. But Midland answers with 3 in the 8th to take a 1-run lead. Missions put up, to tie the game, to get it by 2 runs over the Mission. San Antonio puts up 2 runs in the top of the 9th to tie it up, and Midland answers with 1 run in the bottom of the 9th inning, and so the Rockhounds pull out the win 9-8. Alex Santos blows the save but picks up the win. James, the loser, is 1-1. Valentin went deep for San Antonio, his 3rd. Snyder for Midland, his 2nd. And the other game's still in progress. They're tied at Frisco, Corpus Christi 3, and the Frisco Rough Riders 3. Over to the major leagues now. The game's still in progress after 10 innings at Houston. The Astros and the Dodgers going into the 11th tied 3 apiece. Top 6 at San Diego. The Diamondbacks 2. The Padres nothing. Jake Peavy working on the 3-hitter. Mets and Giants tied at 1 in the top of the 6th. Giants run coming on the 2nd home run of the season by Barry Bonds. In the American League, the Minnesota Twins are leading 2-1 on the top of the 9th inning at Kansas City. The Angels trailed Detroit after 5 innings 3-0 in the top of the 6th. Jeremy Bonderman has held L.A. to only 1 base hit. Maglio Ordonez at his 4th home run for the Tigers. White Sox leading Seattle 6-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning. 3 homers for the Pale Host, Joe Creedy, Paul Konerko, and Jermaine Dye. These scores are finals. It was Boston upending Cleveland 8-6. Manny Ramirez and David Ortiz hit home runs, and Keith Foulke gets the win in relief. Jonathan Papelbon saved his 9th. Ben Broussard hit the only home run for the Tribe. It was his 2nd. The New York Yankees keep pace with Boston with a 9-1 win over Tampa Bay. Mike Mussina gets his 3rd win. Derek Jeter went deep for the 3rd time. Losing pitcher Scott Kazmir is 2-2, while Johnny Gomes hit his 10th home run for Tampa. Toronto, a 7-3 winner over Baltimore today. Baltimore did get 2 home runs from Jay Gibbons and Miguel Tejada. Gustavo Chacin, 7 innings for his 4th win, and the loser Rodrigo Lopez is 1-2. The Texas Rangers winners over Oakland today, 6-5, scoring the final run of the bottom of the 9th inning. Kevin Mensch, Hank Blaylock, and Phil Nevin hit home runs for the Rangers. Francisco Cordero, the winner, is 3-2, while Gaudin took the loss. He is 0-1. Other scores that are finals coming from Washington. Cincinnati won it 6-5 over the Nats. Alfonso Soriano and Ryan Zimmerman going deep for the Nationals. Williams the winner for Cincy. Weathers to save his 6th. Colorado winners at Philadelphia 7-6. Ramirez the winner is 1-0. Clint Barmes hit his 2nd home run, and Tito Fuentes saved his 3rd. Milwaukee with a 4-2 win over the Atlanta Braves. Chipper Jones returns and hit his 1st home run of the season, but Jet Jenkins hit his 4th for the Milwaukee Brewers. Tomo Oka defeats Tim Hudson, and former Traveler Derek Turnbow saved his 7th of the year. The Chicago Cubs beat Dontrelle Willis and the Marlins 3-1. Sean Marshall, the winner, is 2-0, and Willis with his 1st loss ever in April, 1-1. Ryan Dempster saved number 6. And just as usual, St. Louis beats Pittsburgh today 6-3. Scott Spezio and Juan Encarnacion hit home runs in that one. Final score from Raymond Field, Wichita 12, Arkansas 3. We'll wrap it up and set up tomorrow's game in San Antonio right after this on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discount you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Feature is optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Wrapping things up from Raymond Field, the Wichita Wranglers take 3 of 5 from the Travelers And even though the Travs still leading the season series against the Wranglers by a 6-4 count, Wichita very impressive in this victory today. They send the Travs to their worst loss of the season by a 12-3 final score. Official final totals once again: Wichita with 12 runs on 10 hits, no errors. They stranded 7. Travelers scored 3 runs on 10 hits with 1 error, and the Travelers today were stranding 12. Winning pitcher Ryan Braun, record of 1-3. Chris Hunter took the loss. His record is 1-2. Time of game 3 hours 14 minutes, and the paid attendance 2,414. So the Travelers now fall to a record of 8-11, while Wichita goes to 6-13. We'll be playing baseball tomorrow from San Antonio, Texas. Travs will start off a 4-game series with a AA affiliate of the Mariners, the San Antonio Missions. First game against the other division for the Travs. And they'll be sending Jesse Smith to the mound. His record 0-1 with a 6.92 ERA. Left-hander Ryan Therabend will be pitching for the Missions. 0-1 record and a 5.87 ERA. We'll have the first pitch tomorrow at 7:05 from the Wolf in San Antonio. ITT Tech pregame show at 6:45 right here on Little Rock ESPN 1380. Thanks to Matt and Lindsay back at the studios, along with Arlen Horn. You fans tuning in across the World Wide Web on minorleaguebaseball.com, and thanks for tuning in here on Little Rock ESPN 1380. This is Phil Elson saying so long from the ballpark, and once again the final score: the Wichita Wranglers 12, the Arkansas Travelers 3. Folks, don't forget, it is only a game. We'll talk Travelers baseball once again tomorrow night.
Today's game has been brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. You've been listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.